when you wanna go cry, but you can't let out all the feelings inside. So you lay in your bed under blankets and hide, and you let people know that you're feeling just fine. And your pillow gets stained with the tears that you cried, and you're praying nobody comes in, and that's why. And the redness is already taking your eyes. You wish you could hide it, but there's no disguising it. Cry. Let it all out.
If I had to be completely honest with myself, I'm tired. I'm tired, and it's not a physical tired. It's a very, it's in the soul. It's like I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of going through this shit. I'm tired of everything not working out, and I'm just like, I fucking tried, and I can't not lie and say it's not like you don't want to live kind of thing. It's more of a, if God were sitting across from me right now, there would be a part of me that would just want to go up to him and say, listen, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm fucking physically and mentally spent, and I'm done. And it's a silent battle too. And it's a battle we kind of hide from the world and from the people we love and the people we want to love or want to love us, because who wants a broken person? It's like, if they knew, like, if the people in your life knew how broken we were, like, would they stay? And then that raises the question of, like, how do I fix this? Can you fix this? I don't know.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home.
Being a man is what you make it. You can't always live up to expectations. You try to please everybody while you struggle, so you fake it and end up out of balance, compromising situations. As a good man, do what he should, man. Give everything he has and do everything he could, man. You might find yourself feeling all alone inside a house you built that you don't recognize as home. And that's what my daddy told me, and I'll tell my son the same. Now that I'm older, I relate and I actually feel his pain. He never cried, he might have lied, but he did not complain. And he said, son, one day you'll have to do the same. I get emotional when I stop and think and I look around beyond the county lines of my small town. I think about all the men out there who feel like I do now, who are screaming on the inside but won't ever make a sound. I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Don't give up, keep fighting. As a man, our sun is our horizon, and our father's actions play a role, and we end up like them. So they can't let us see them hurt, cause we'll embody what they do and start a generational curse. No wonder most men are so depressed, all the things that they can't express. They go to war, get thrown on the shelf, then go back to war with their mental health. Then grab that bottle and ask for help, try to pull themselves out of hell, then fall back down and then realize that they're gonna have to do it themselves. It's the circle of life. As a man you provide. They don't know what you're worth till the day that you die, and that's when they start crying. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves. We don't expect you to understand. We just hope we can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home.
We are hanging out. We're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about coping, the way we cope with things, the way we deal with things, how we cope when we're finding ourselves struggling or dealing with stuff or whatever. We're going to get to that here in a little bit, but thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are having a good start to your week so far. It is Monday. Don't worry. You made it at the end of the day. You made it through another day. We always start the show off with Dax. To be a man. That's Dax featuring Darius Rucker. Great song and really kind of hits the nail on the head for what it's like to be a man and what we're doing here on this show. So if you guys like that, go check it out. Go show Dax some love. DAX. If you don't know who he is, then apparently you ain't been on social media in the last 2 years because the man's everywhere. But we got a surprise visit tonight. You normally don't see this face here on Monday nights. Jeff is in the building hanging out with us.
I am here.
You know, one of the joys about this show is, you know, Jeff's typically not here on Mondays, but he said he's kind of having a little bit of a rough day. So don't worry, we're here. Then we got the usual suspects in the building. Jared Vichy hanging out here with us.
Hey, yo. Hey, Mom, I'm trying to do a podcast over here.
Mark.
Nice. And then we got long time no see. He's been MIA for a little while.
Connor D.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that here in a few minutes.
Connor D got fired.
Jeff's here to audit us to make sure the show is viable, folks.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's the one to judge that.
I'm testing, make sure it works.
And you guys know me. I'm Glick. If you're not already, go ahead and check out the social medias. You might start to see some things start to change. You know, maybe some names changing, maybe seeing some more shows popping up. Well, that's all part of the plan. Don't worry. That is the Nonsensical Network. The Nonsensical Network is a lot of shows. We have Monday nights, Men Caring for Men. Tuesday nights is Jeff's Garage, and like alternating Tuesdays, or
Well, right now it's just going to be Jeff's Garage. The alternating Tuesdays will come back eventually with dollars and cents. Yes.
yeah, dollars and cents on Tuesdays. Wednesday nights is Nonsensical Nonsense, and you're going to see changes on Wednesday nights, Nonsensical Nonsense. We already started last week. I think we had an awesome show last Wednesday night with a couple little changes that I threw in there. I think we had a really fun show Wednesday night. Thursday nights is Talking Shit. They are off this week, but they will be back the following
Lazy
week.
motherfuckers.
Well, Mark,
It's only
I
'cause of
think
Mark.
it's his anniversary, correct, Mark? And him and his wife are going on a little vacay. So
Understood.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll let it slide.
happy
This is
anniversary
the year,
to
boys.
to Mark and his lovely life and our wife and Mark's wife. I'm sorry that you had to put up with this man for 26 years and you've been married to him for 24. I mean, in all honesty, if you want to give her a good anniversary gift, let her go on vacation by herself.
I mean, this may be the year that, you know, she kind of pushes Mark forward.
Yeah.
Maybe off a
Right
ledge.
up, yep,
Where you guys
right up,
going?
right up Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Niagara Falls. Is
This
that where
is-
you're going? No,
This is
but
the year she found. Never mind.
talking shit is on Thursday nights, Friday nights, every other Friday night, unless guests change it. But right now it'll be the first and third is Glick's House of Music. And this Friday night, I do have another guest coming on the show, Mr. Hunter Lott, artist out of Nashville, I believe. He's going to be joining me Friday night. We're going to hang out for a little bit and get to know him and hear some of his music. I guess I should start promoting that. It is Monday. And then Saturdays is Nonsensical Nonsense with a twist. We call it the Open Door Challenge, the Nonsensical Open Door Challenge. And we throw the link in the chatters box and we invite anybody and everybody who wants to come up on the show, come on and hang out with us. We've been having a lot of fun with it lately. The last few weeks, we've had full fucking panel. So that's been awesome. We've met some interesting people, some new people, and whatnot. So, and then Sundays, we wrap the week up with my man down there in the bottom, Jared Vichy, doing the Jared Vichy podcast. If you didn't catch last night's episode, it is up on YouTube. The Jared Vichy podcast with special guest Blaze, you guys know Blaze, and you've seen him on here, you've seen him on the other shows. He hung out with him and they talked a little Porky's. Oh, hey, a little 80s classic right there for you.
Yeah, I worry about Kim Cattrall's health after watching that because they wouldn't shut up about her. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody find out that chick's address. Make sure she's okay. I'm just saying.
Facts on facts.
We do have a whole week's worth of shows going on, and who knows, down the road in the future there might be more shows on there. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But if you're not already, go ahead and check out all the social media. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Don't forget, we are also live Mondays through Sunday, basically, on YouTube. Our shows here are on Facebook, X, and YouTube. You can always catch a live show there somewhere. And you can listen to all the shows. Well, you will be able to listen to all the shows momentarily before long over at Zencastr and wherever you listen to podcasts. You can hit that little barcode thingy right there. Or
QR code. Yeah, okay.
Or you can go to bio.link/nonsensical nonsense. Not only will all of the nonsensical nonsense shows be there, but Men Caring for Men, Glick's House of Music, Jeff's Garage, Talking Shit Jarvis, because these guys all do have their own pages and fan pages. So, we want to keep those pages, let everybody keep their pages. So I want to make sure I get those links up there as well, including links to our sponsors over at Liquid IV, W Energy, and Zencastr. Go ahead and use our promo code Words Are Hard at checkout when you check your sponsors out and get your savings and discounts. Holy shit. I was like, I'm going to create a network. It'll be cool. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. Create a network. That'll be fun, they say.
The only thing it did was make my intro.
It's not that much work, right? Yeah.
Who told you it would be fun?
They did.
The voice.
If you don't know who they are, Google it.
Yeah.
You're a fool, Chris.
It's actually not a lot more work than what I'm already doing. I just got to go through and, I'm going to change the Facebook page, the actual quote unquote page, the Nonsensical Network. We do have our group page, fan page. That'll stay Nonsensical Nonsense. But TikTok will change over to the network. Twitter will change over to the network. YouTube will change over to the network. Basically, Zencastr has already switched over to the Nonsensical Network, and I have a new description in there, home of all of our shows, and all that. And all the difference is, it is a lot more work, but I have a lot which I have not had in the last 3 years. I actually have help, and I have little helper monkeys that'll help me do things.
Nobody here. But
no. He's got like little people behind the scenes.
No, but I am super excited for it, and in all honesty, the fact that Jarvis and Mark and Brian are like, hey, yeah, man, we like what you're doing, we like your game plan, we trust you, let's rock and roll. That means a lot to me as well. That they're putting their faith
fools.
They're putting their faith in me. So
watch their views just tank.
Hold on. I have to put what Glick told me to say. Yes, we enjoy being part of the network. We are not being forced to say this against our will. Yay. Nonsensical nonsense.
The food is great.
Even just said that he didn't have to do his behind the scenes work this week.
No, but I'm very grateful.
Facts on facts, Connor.
Yeah, I'm excited that these guys are willing to take this risk and run this adventure with us. Jeff and you and I started the Nonsensical Network and whatnot. So I'm grateful and I'm super excited. I'm just
glad I don't have to do any extra work.
I just gotta get everything switched over, and I'm super excited that all of our shows are going to be working with Rocky, and Rocky's going to be creating more intro music for us and whatnot, so we can get his name out there more and people can see more of what he's doing. So it was There's a lot of things going on in the,
I feel bad asking him to build me an intro. I really do.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we're bringing more business to him.
I get it. I get it. I'm just like,
it's all about supporting each other. Wait until I'm able to, until him and I release the news that we have, and you might not feel so bad.
They're both trans. You get it?
No.
At least with this network, we don't have to worry about being fired by text message.
No, you'll get a letter in the mail.
No, it's all through Snapchat. It's coming.
Certified
it's coming,
mail.
buddy.
And the sad thing, it's not even Glick fucking firing people. It's either Connor or Jeff. Like, yeah, Glick didn't want to cause a scene, so we're gonna have to let you go.
I can't fire you.
And
I'm
the reason
already
we wanted
fired.
to do it on on Fridays because we feel like most of the time we won't have to deal with you any other day of the week.
Collaboration time. Collaboration time.
That's an Office Space
Well,
joke for
these
anyone.
these are real collaborations and real things are coming about. But I'm excited for it. And
A super collab, if you will.
Yes.
A huge shout out and a huge thank you, Jarvis, to you and to the gentleman at Talking Shit for being the first victims. I mean, the first guys to partake.
Steven, just remember, it puts the lotion on its skin.
I know my job here at the Nonsensical Network. No one else polishes that Sasquatch pole like I do.
Be honest, Stephen. It's this. It's like you're smoking a joint.
That's a pretty small joint, but I mean, hell, on Call of Duty,
Actually,
when you
that's
get
about
shot
an
by
average
Cheech
size
and
joint.
Chong,
I was gonna say,
you turn into like a huge joint.
What
on that
joints
game.
are you using? Those are called
I'm
blunts.
kidding.
God dang it! Hold on.
Reference.
Sorry, I'm new here.
Reverence. Everyone here has reverence for you, Leggy.
I get to listen twice.
I need to set up notifications. I really do.
Yeah. Turn your notifications. Usually, when she's posting it, I'm listening because she's doing everything that she does, and then she goes live while she's doing it. Usually, I'm in there. Typically, I might not be chatting the whole time. I might because I'm out doing forklifty things.
Yeah, and literally sound like you're driving over a graded road. So the other day, Glick and I are talking on the phone. He's like, "So, we're gonna do," and I was like, "Yeah, buddy, just drive safe." Jesus Christ, I gotta go.
I'll be honest. I'm terrible about watching other people's shows. It took me forever to get onto the Talking Shit podcast and watch them. And I'll be honest, you're no exception, and it's nothing personal. I'm just, oh god,
he don't even.
I'm just an asshole. That's what it is. You know what?
Yeah, you don't even watch my show.
Actually, I caught the end of your show on last night.
I tried.
But you guys were literally signing off.
I'm starting to watch it. I like I said, I got bombarded with stuff today, and
I had it on.
One of the reasons I'm here. But
I had it on, and I had it turned down kind of low because we were watching American Horror Story. Because all the streaming sites have ads now. I swear to God, there's an ad every 30 seconds on Hulu. So then I would turn it back up while Hulu was playing. But then I actually listened back through today while I was at work. I was filling out all my benefits stuff. You guys did a good job, man.
I thought it was interesting from what I
literally have to say Blazing was probably the saving grace of that, because if I tried to do that show on my own, it would be a lot more than what it would have been.
I do think you need a co-host and
like a permanent.
Yeah,
like a permanent co-host. If you got somebody that you like, that you could do it with, that's not going to have a problem doing it. Not to be a dick, but not me, because
no.
And that was cool. I was going to be saying the same thing. I was like, not to be a dick, dude. I'll show up every once in a while, but I just
I told the Mark when he gave up his chair, I'm like, the only way I get a permanent co-host is if Mark and Alyssa sign off, because they were my two co-hosts to begin with.
Well, I mean, and it's also nice to, it's also nice if you venture out and find somebody else, and and somebody that you click with, somebody that you vibe with, like you just said down there in the comments. You got to have that right rhythm, that right flow. But I think it would do you great to have a co-host, and I'll pop in from time to time, just not permanently. Like, depending upon
Well,
the
no,
mood.
and I don't expect it.
Mark.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you had listened to it. I don't know if she's got the same taste in music. Or
I
or not,
would
but
love to do it with Alyssa, but there's still
You
someone
can't do
that I
that
want
on the
to.
show. Nope.
Yeah, it's
I would love
it's a
to have
family.
be on the show with Alyssa
you
as my
can-
co-host.
Oh,
and Jarvis, but that's on the other part of the network that
Oh, is that on the
Only fans.
Sasquatch OnlyFans
Yeah,
page
yeah,
that you
yeah.
set up?
We have an adult version of Nonsensical Network.
called
more
the
power to
No
anybody
Nut
who wants
It-
to
it's-
Nonsense Challenge.
For those who want to watch that, it's on xhamsterlive.com.
get-
Also known as the Richard Gere site.
yeah, right.
Sorry,
But,
Jeff, did I explain the joke?
I don't get it. My
Shut up,
assumption
Connor.
is it's something.
Google
gross.
it. Google it.
Yeah,
I
Google
don't.
it.
I don't want to. If okay, if anyone
wanna
else on
fuck
this
up your
panel
algorithm.
would have told me to Google it, I may have done it. But because it came from you, Jeff, I know that some
It's a
nasty.
great- it's a
No,
great
there-
movie. It's a movie that Richard Gere stars in, and it's about a man, a pet hamster, and all the adventures they get into. It's a real heartwarming movie.
or all the adventures rather that the hamster gets into.
Well, I'm just
Well,
saying.
that's why
Probably
you
the
buy
same
the
orifice
cat.
every time.
That's why you buy the cat. How else are you gonna get the
Glick
gerbil out?
originally was gonna star in there, but then they got the Sasquatch, female
Let me show you this.
Sasquatch in there.
They were gonna.
She's upstairs. We're in the same fucking house.
All right, go talk to your wife.
It was originally gonna be called Pretty Squatch, but then they went with old Horseface McGillicuddy and called it Pretty Woman.
But no,
She looks good in
there's
that movie, though. You gotta give her that.
there is literally someone out there in the world that I need to go find that was talking shit about my wife when she used to do the show with me.
Yeah, let him be. It is what it is.
It pissed me off what they said about her, but
Well, and that's the thing that actually kind of nice segue into coping. if
Well,
it-
hold on,
if
Jeff.
you will. I know, but it's one of those things you got.
stop trying
you
to be
gotta
the
learn to let
host.
it- I'm not. I'm just saying because I kind of need to get into it.
I have a routine here.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's
But
like an act.
You gotta,
Okay.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn to ignore that shit. That's what I was telling Trent on Saturday. There's always gonna be some asshole that thinks he knows everything.
True that.
And-
True that. Like,
And once you actually meet that person in person, you're like, wow, this person's a fucking idiot. What was I worried about?
Shout out to Trent too. He was awesome Saturday night.
Right? I love that kid. He was awesome.
Although I will say this, the whole time I was
There's a lot of
over the
jokes. but I
button
missed.
waiting for him to go into a normal voice and
Oh, I had it too. I was
Like-
just in case. I got my finger like this. Any second now, there's me a big old penis on our screen.
we know.
to be fair,
But anyways, hopefully we can get through this and then Connor will be back and I can
oh, I'm sorry, I'm not
Monday
supposed to do
Monday
the.
nights, we do our normal
comments, sorry,
banter,
guys.
stuff the show and just kind of joke around a little bit. But I do always like to go around the panel or whatever and just do a little bro check. And we're gonna start with you, Jeff, because typically you're not here on Monday nights.
Usually he's not here a lot. It's not just.
Well,
I,
I always just, how's everything going, man? How's your week? How was your week last week? How, what's going on in your world?
Well, it just comes down to it's it's a work thing. I know my work is not everybody's favorite subject, but it's just the frustration sometimes is just makes you want to eat a bullet. You know what I mean?
I think every job comes with frustrations and aggravation.
Yeah, but the difference between mine and yours, mine is 100% commission based. Like I don't get paid if I don't close. You know, and so I have like 27 deals in 4 different programs that I'm staring at the screen all day, going, any second now somebody's gonna sign that fucking agreement.
And then they don't.
Yeah, and then 14 packs of cigarettes later, I'm going, well, that was a waste of fucking day.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's That's the downside. The unfortunate side of, when, it's like a car salesman.
Yeah. Well, the upside is
it's good, but when it's bad, it's real.
Yeah. Well, it's, I remind myself the way I deal with it is I remind myself every day, nobody ever got rich working for a salary. And so, the stability of a salary would be great, but the fact that if one of these deals close, I'm good for like a year. So I'm like, yeah, it's worth it. I get it.
Let's go Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, if it was only a Ponzi scheme, I would probably make more money.
5 more people.
No, because actually, K-Mag and I were talking about this today. It's not even remotely a Ponzi scheme because have I ever once asked you guys for money for it?
Yes.
No, I have not. You lie like a broke dick.
I love how you and K-Mag are talking about this, like behind the scenes. Like,
I can't talk about it.
K-Mag is actually bringing me clientele.
I have an NDA. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, I can't talk about it either.
Go ahead, it doesn't bother me. But like, it's just like I said, it's that and I have right now. I think I'm 5 weeks out, and then I'll run out of money. so I'm kind of sitting here going, yeah, any day now. And the thing is, and I was talking to a coworker about this today, who's in the same boat. I said, what's going to happen? The last week, 6 of them will drop. We'll piss and moan and worry, and then the last couple days, we'll just get a big old and be like, ha, we're good for another like 2 years. Yes, some of them I do have residual pay on, but those are the hardest ones to close. The residual pay, like we have the preventative healthcare one, I get $2 a head. So 100 people on the, like if we sign up a company that has 100 employees, I get $200 a month for as long as they're in the program. Well, right now I have 4 deals that are like 20 employees a piece. So I'm like making $100 a month on it, which is great for my cigarettes. But I have one that I'm as soon as I close it, I'm good every month because it's 1,400 people, and I'll get $2,800 a month. Where I can be like, which covers my nut for the month.
How much are you paying in porn subscriptions?
No, that I'm talking about groceries.
You said your nut. I thought you were being literal.
No, my nut. That's an expensive hobby, buddy. Let me tell you. Those subscriptions aren't cheap, though.
Those Mexican prostitutes are not cheap. Let me tell you.
Paying for Chris's day-to-day is not cheap.
Hey, man, you got
I subscribe to your OnlyFans.
You got the friends and family discount, bro. What more do you want?
But it's like groceries. I don't have a mortgage, but I have a property tax. I have, my internet, my water, my electric, all that shit is right around $2,000 a month. And the biggest problem with my job is like for the longest time I had a salary plus my commissions. Well, that program closed because the program ended. It was a program through Congress called the Employee Retention Credit. It was COVID relief for businesses. Well, it ended because it was only for so many years, and it ended. So it ended in February. So I'm sitting here going, well, we have these 8 other programs, and I've been working on those. But hey, dude, you're really loud. What the fuck? The couple of programs, the green energy program, it takes a year to pay out, but the commission is massive. I have one deal, it's a $40 million deal. My commission is $250,000. But if it closes tomorrow, I don't get paid till December or January or February. So it's like, yeah, what are you going to do? So, and I have 7 of those going.
Suck beer for dick money, dude.
That's why I said, next thing you know, I'm going to be out on the corner going, $20 is $20. Come here, daddy.
Well, that shoebox is looking like a wonderful lack of a mortgage payment.
Yeah.
Property taxes are cheap.
I've been with the company for 3 years. But I was originally hired to do the employee retention credit. And my job technically now is what I do is, as I talk to a business, my job is to get them in front of an expert. And then it's out of my hands. The expert has to sell them and close them. And out of all the people that used to work for the company, a lot of them didn't want to work for a commission anymore. So a lot of them left. And so 60% of the deals that are in queue are mine. Because I'm the only one in the entire company that hasn't taken a day off in 3 years. I strike that. I took 1 day off, but I was so sick I almost died. And
Damn, too bad you didn't.
I work from. I know you. I was open every day.
Damn, Connor.
But I work. I open up my laptop at 10 and I work till 7 every single day, Monday through Friday, and with the exception of Wednesday, I jump off early so I can jump on the show. But other than that, that's my day-to-day is I have appointments set for me by my guys that I pay to actually set appointments with businesses. I rock those out and through it on the schedule. And then in the meantime, I've actually taken a second job where I sell drug testing kits that I just started today. And I sell drug testing kits to rehab centers, halfway houses, and shit like that. And that's going to be a great company. But the commissions, even though they're residual, they're small. I need like 50 of them before I can make $1,000. But it's better than a poke in the eye or sucking dick. So, but it's a frustrating endeavor. It's, I actually just signed up for another, the company that I signed up with the drug testing companies. They brought me another one. It's an advertising company that sells handwritten letters. And they have these machines that actually write handwritten letters with mistakes built in. And it literally looks like a handwritten letter, but it's advertising. And so what I would do is I'd set up a company, like, let's say it's a car dealership, and you bought a car there 4 years ago. Well, your car will get a birthday card that looks like it's handwritten, but it's also an advertisement. Hey, by the way, we got a sale coming up.
That's kind of neat.
And it is kind of cool. And I literally just learned about that one Saturday or Sunday. And so I signed up for that one today. That's a hard sell, though. It's not something I can just from one day to the next. Let's start rocking it out. I have to figure out a pitch because every product that we have, I've created the pitch for everything. Because nobody really gives you a pathway to go. They say, here's the information, do with it what you will. And I'm like, yeah. So I create bullet points and I have a pitch that I do and rock it out.
Fuck you, Brian. Sorry.
What Connor said.
What did I say? What did I say?
Fuck you, Brian.
Steven, that was rude.
Yeah.
Sure, sorry.
Sit down, classes in, son. Let the big boys teach you how to do a real podcast.
But yeah, like I said, it's just the frustration of like today I had back-to-back meetings until about 6. From 10 till 6, I spent the entire time on the phone, and I got the kids running around. Like my sister-in-law and brother-in-law are here, and they're heading out the door because one of them's.
What happened to your office? Hi, Nikki.
I need to buy a new fan because my office. The problem in my office is it's, as you know, it's just a small half bathroom, and if you sit in there for too long, you will sweat your ass off. So I installed a fan, but the fan died, and I just need to actually go buy a fan, and I just haven't had the time or money to do so. So I bounce around the house to quietest room of the moment.
Trying to find the quietest room.
Love you, Brian.
Which I understand with little ones in the house and extended.
Well, it's seriously unprofessional when two kids come running down arguing about who's going to use the phone while I'm on the phone with a client. And they're yelling in Spanish, no less.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's the thing. I mean, send them outside, something like I don't know. Go to the pool. Go.
Well, my internet only goes so far. I can't get to the pool all the way
No,
to the pool and have internet. So.
kids.
But there's times I've sat outside on the hood of the car and just. It's more comfortable out there when they're in the shade. But
The struggle of living in a third world country.
it's not even about the. It's not even about that. Like in your house right now, if I was working from your house, I'd have you walking by, Nikki walking by, you guys talking about something, not realizing I'm on the phone because of the simple fact I have. Well, you know what I mean, though. Like it's no matter where you are, you have to worry about kids popping their head in. What you doing? I'm on the fucking phone. Go away. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
I figured something that got you riled up because you messaged me and asked if we were doing the show, and I said, "Yeah, it's it's Monday."
Yeah, I just needed to vent for a minute.
It's very rare that we're not here, and in a matter of seconds, I'm in. I was like, "Oh, what's going on with Jeff today?" I'll go ahead and move on over to old Jeravish here. What's going on, buddy? How you feeling, man? How's everything going in your world?
For the most part, pretty good. Still trying to find supplemental income where don't have to worry about paycheck to paycheck like we normally do. But it is what it is. Yeah, thank you.
It's a struggle, dude.
And plus, one thing, it's nice to be able to come on here and be able to hash shit out. I asked my wife, I was like, why do I do, like my own show, and then Monday I'm doing this show, Wednesday I'm helping out, and then Saturday it's the Open Door Challenge. And she's like, because Steven, if you didn't do those shows, like, you would be so fucking bored, and you'd be like, God, you'd be watching those shows saying, God, I wish I was on those shows or doing a show. And I mean, that's the thing that's helped. One of the things that helped me cope is that, on Monday, although last Monday we didn't do one, but looking forward to Mondays, and being able to talk about some of the shit we deal with. And, nice seeing Connor with the hard ER. Nice having Jeff on here. He might not be here on Wednesday. It depends on, what's going on with the schemes and all that. But hell,
I wish it was a scheme. I'd make more money.
I mean, he could probably, like, I remember when we were on Snapchat that call, Jeff, and you were like telling me about like your plans on doing your show for Tuesdays, and I was like, dude, I don't know a lot about cars, but I'm definitely gonna watch that show.
Well, like I already got a plan for tomorrow.
Okay.
I got a theme for the episode.
And then
try, but
just being able to now be a part of the network, it's nice, and I can't wait to see how big it grows. And hopefully, fingers crossed, no FedExes come in the mail or anything.
Yeah, I'll be in there trying to supporting a little bit. I'll be like watching an episode of a Chinese television show. I don't know what the hell's going on or what Jeff's talking about, but I'll still be there to watch. And, no, I mean, I always look forward to the shows. I know it takes up a lot of my time and whatnot. I just hope at the end of the day, I just hope that it's all worth it. The work and hours and everything that I put into it, it's all worth it at the end of the day. But like I said, like I've told you, Jarvis, it might take another. Tomorrow you might get a phone call. It might be 2 years down the road. You just never know.
Next Sunday, while on one thing, sorry, we're gonna have to go on another direction. You're gonna have to take everything of your desk and move downstairs.
As long as you know that it's coming eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I know why I'm on the network. You know, it was a lot of doing this, maybe a little bit of this, but you know, ultimately I got the job done. It's hard to get a Sasquatch off.
Literally.
You got to worry about hair.
I don't even know if this is the right one, but well, nope, that ain't the right one. Sorry.
To answer Brian's question, yeah, man, it was. I mean, it's essentially the same job, just new company. The new company seems pretty cool. I'm working through. I just got my laptop Friday, so now I'm able to access things and start setting up all my shit. So there's that, you know, my benefits and all that fun jazz. So, you know, finally official. But Connor, long time no see. You've been going. What's been going on in your world, man? How you doing, brother?
Yeah. To answer Brian's question, I'm in hell right now. My own personal hell. I've been over the last 9 years. I have moved 7 times, and I'm ready to be fucking done. Over the last year, I've moved 3 times.
Jesus.
Yeah, fucking, it's terrible, but yeah, it's a lot. I mean, like I told Jeff earlier while we were off air, I've got in my hallway boxes stacked from floor to ceiling, and this is my dining room, or what will be my dining room, and it's still covered in boxes, and my living room's covered in boxes, and feels like it's never fucking ending, and everyone's like, oh, you need to make sure you take it easy and blah blah blah, and your back this and yada yada yada. I'm like, dude, I can't take it fucking easy. There's
not until it's done.
Yeah, because if I don't, then my house is going to be a fucking mess. My wife works. My kids are no fucking help because they're 7, 5, and 1. Yeah. So if I want it to get done this fucking year,
7, bitch. When I was 7, I had a full-time fucking job. Tell that motherfucker to get off their ass.
Too young to tell them poor kids in China that are making Nikes that they're too young.
Shit.
Oh, good God.
Yeah. But
food costs money, you little shit. Fucking grab a box.
We hired some guys to come fucking move us because, golly, we filled up a 26-foot box truck, floor to ceiling. Oof. All the way to the back, and we still had 3 trips worth of an empty minivan, 3 trips worth to get all the boxes left that were at the house. So it's been a lot. And then of course I got
2 men in a truck to move. Shout out to 2 men in a truck, little TMT. I'm an alumni. What's going on? See you guys.
You know, you should. Well, you're too old to call us and say, "Hey, I'll buy pizza." I'm just saying.
Jeff, I'll buy heroin. Glick, I'll buy beer.
Connor, nothing's got moved, but I moved this case of beer. It's
another one.
I moved it.
You have a recycle bin, and where's the rest?
Yeah.
Which one of you flatfoots ate my beer?
Hey, I emptied this box, Connor. Am I helping?
Hey, by the way, you're doing that wrong.
Hold on. Hold on, Connor. I gotta grab another one.
Lift with your back in a swift, jerky motion. But yeah, it's definitely been a lot. I've still got a lot to get done. I got sick about 3 days ago, and now my wife's got it, and VA appointments, and finally getting my surgery and my procedures lined out. Between all that, trying to do my fucking schoolwork, and people are asking me to do work on their guns, and I can't. I physically can't, legally can't, and it's turning into a giant shit show over here, and it's definitely fucking stressful.
How long until you're able to start going down that road of, you know, what you with your gunsmithing and stuff? Do you have to wait until you're done with your college classes, or are you waiting on a license or something? Or
so yeah, I'm waiting on my FFL license from the ATF to come back. I submitted it probably last week. Yeah, and so they've got to send that back to me, and then I can submit my my license paperwork to the state so that I can get my LLC. And then once I have that, then I can start accepting money for working on people's guns. Technically, I can start working on other people's firearms as soon as I have my FFL, but they can't technically pay me because I don't have an actual company. Yeah, I don't have an LLC yet. So There's a lot of paperwork involved, but with my surgery coming up in June, I don't know when I'm going to be able to officially get started with it. So I was planning on starting in May, and then they scheduled my surgery for June. So now I don't know what the fuck it's going to look like with recovery and everything.
For $500 a month, you can be an official sponsor of the network, and we can shout out your gunsmithing business.
Only you can help promote firearms.
I'll send you a check in the mail. Just don't cash
I'll be looking for it.
Just don't cash it.
Okay.
$500 hairs.
It will absolutely bounce. Either that, or if the $500 bill is pink, don't worry about it.
Well,
what color is the Monopoly money? Yellow.
As long as the bank catches it, once it bounces after that, it's your problem. It's not me.
Yeah, there is
going to bounce because the account I'm going to do
card.
It's going to bounce because the account that I do it from isn't going to exist.
Hey, as long as it clears my bank, then it becomes a you problem.
I'm going to go talk to the dude
Leo
from
DiCaprio
if you can, and have him build me some fake checks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, work for Leo DiCaprio. Go for it.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is.
Outside of all the craziness and the anarchy in your world, it's got to feel good being a homeowner, though, because you are officially a homeowner now. Congratulations, man, on that.
That was gonna be my next question. Are you guys buying?
Yeah. We bought a house in downtown Evansville. Something I thought I'd never do was downtown. And I do openly invite anybody in the area to walk through my front door, break it down, do whatever you want, as long as you're cool with a 308 sized hole in your chest. Walk on in.
And home insurance is great.
Yeah. So, but no, yeah, we did just buy this house. It's beautiful. It's huge. It's got 3 floors, like 3,000 square foot. It's massive. But it's like an older historic home. We're over by the historic district, so it's got a lot of character. Yeah, character to it. There's some things that need work, and there's some things that we want to keep original. But it's a gorgeous house, and it's going to take some work to flip it around so that we can sell it one day. But
just so you know, before you walk into it blindly and get blindsided, if it is labeled a historic house, not necessarily on the registry, but if it is considered historical, before you start modeling and remodeling and stuff, make sure you know there's some things that you cannot change. They won't allow you to. Ran into that issue down in Charleston a lot, but even up here in Ohio, especially where I live, people they buy these historic houses and they go to start remodeling them and flipping them, and it's like, oh shit, well, I can only use certain colors. Oh, I can't remodel the living room. Oh, I can't do anything on the outside. I can't do the stonework because it has to be the original stonework, which, props to the contractors and stuff down in Charleston. A lot of those houses set on stone and shit like that, and those stones 200-300 years old, whatever. So they would go into the crawl space, remove the original stone, and then put the new blocks and stuff behind it, so that they would have the original if they had to replace anything up front.
Yeah, so we actually did the research on it before we bought the house. It's technically not a historic house, so there's nothing that we have to do permit wise when it comes to that. We just got to make sure that the neighborhood is okay with whatever we're doing on it. As long as it's
you're not in an HOA, are you?
No. It's just
burn it down and move, buddy.
Yeah.
You just got to get permits from the city.
They're just in a historical area, so they're going to have
correct. Yep. So I mean, nothing super crazy about it that we have to do with that, but there are some things definitely that we're trying to fix up and change. But
the only thing Connor had,
I'm just happy to finally be like settled in somewhere. Like, this is another reason why I'm like so panicky with like unboxing everything, is because I've been moving around so fucking much. I'm just ready to sit down and relax. I'm just ready to fucking like be settled in. Like,
give it a month.
One of the things that was exciting about buying the house is like we can finally start building on our life in one place. And I don't have to worry about someone giving me a fucking piece of paper and saying, hey, you're moving here.
Yeah.
And not having a fucking not being able to do anything about it. So we're happy, we're excited. It's a lot. It's fucking stressful, it's painful, and now everybody in the fucking house is sick. So
the joys
Don't
of
let it win.
The joys of homeowning when you walk in, you see blood coming down from the ceiling.
Well,
on the
yesterday I
walls,
was hoping I would go to sleep and just not wake up. And I woke up this morning. I was like, fuck, I feel better. God damn it.
God, I felt that way after Saturday's show, but that's another topic for another
Wait, you don't feel that every day? Because I do.
Facts
Listen,
on facts,
I've got
Jeff. I was just
got a
trying to
wobbly
make my
stool
life
and about
sound
10
less
feet of
sad.
rope in the basement that's waiting for me if I ever choose.
The first
Here's
thing
my
that
other
happened
thing.
to poor Connor is when they open the door, they're like, "No, we bought this place. You get the fuck out."
The crazy thing is, with your back problems and everything like that, you would think, hey, maybe find a house like a ranch style house, with a
Right.
base. No,
Some
when
of
it's
them
just a
ramp for you.
It was
Damn it, Jeff.
he finds a 3-story house that at some point in the next year or two, when you're wheelchair bound, you're gonna be like, well, I guess I'm living
You
in
could be like that old lady from the Gremlins. Have that chair.
Yeah, I was about to
So
say.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the house thing. We're gonna put an elevator in there, and I'm gonna like balance the wheelchair as I go down the steps.
Yeah.
And one of these days, probably the first time I try it, my wife's just gonna hear. Thump, 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 thump.
Yeah, don't piss off your wife because she'll have to push you and she'll be like, "Oh, hey, stairs."
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I've already
either that or
found a way to double
She'll
my
get mad at
insurance
you and
policy.
just like, I'm not taking your ass upstairs tonight, motherfucker.
Honey, can you
You're
help
sleeping on the
me?
couch. No, I'm sleeping in my fucking bedroom. Oh yeah, how you gonna get up there?
The good thing we bought that brand new
Scared
recliner,
Connor.
baby.
Here's Connor trying to climb up the fucking stairs with the fucking wheelchair behind him.
Oh my god! So after I had my first back surgery, I literally crawled up the stairs with my upper body only because my legs were just so dead to the world, and I mean, it looked like I looked like one of the creeper zombies from fucking Call of Duty. I was, oh.
So you look like the old man's dog from Family Guy.
I'm gonna start
I
calling
was
your
gonna
wife
say
Bonnie.
Joe, but hey.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna start calling his wife Bonnie and just calling Joe.
Dude, it's all fun and games. I've gotten stuck on the toilet before, and that's a rough time. That's an embarrassing moment. It was at work.
That's when you
I
find
had
out
to-
who your
yeah,
true
I had to
friends
call-
and family are.
I had to call one of my guys, and he was like, I'll have one of leadership come and get you. I was like, dude, they're not
Thanks,
get
buddy.
me. They're gonna come open the door, take a picture, and laugh. And then they're gonna tell some private to pick my ass up.
But see, Connor, that's when you know who your real friends and family are.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Stacy.
I've got
Hey,
zero.
Stacy.
Connor, I would help you off the toilet. Of course, after I got pictures and videos, then I would still help you. I would
Whatever.
never-
Yeah. Yeah, I could just see
Let's
it now.
Be honest, Chris,
a
if you
full-on
just let me
Lethal
fall on my
Weapon
face,
3.
you would take advantage of me, and then you would
Full-on
be like,
Lethal
"You
Weapon,
couldn't feel
baby.
that, could you?" I'd be like, "Dude, I couldn't feel it when I could feel my legs."
Yeah.
You're good.
He ties a toe strap around
Connor,
Connor and goes like,
Connor.
"Hold on, Connor, I'll be right back." Fucking has to come along around.
It's too bad
Poor Con-
none of my extension cords are long enough to reach my bathtub.
Well, Home Depot's there for a reason.
All on video, walking to that. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Did you
Live.
door too long?
So for the first hour of our men's mental health show, we've joked about suicide about 12 times.
Hey, we haven't joked about toaster bass yet.
Oh.
Don't worry, we'll get into why
I
we
just
joke.
did. I just made a fucking toaster bath joke. What are you on?
Sorry.
He's only half listening because it's you.
Well, I mean, we didn't do a show last
That's-
Monday,
that's
so
fair. I
I
did
kind
the
of
same
fucking
shit to him.
forgot. Oh,
He's got
No,
the walking on. He's picturing you with your pants around your ankles, stuck on the toilet. thinking about what you do.
enjoy
See,
the bomb,
how's it feel, Connor? How's it feel? How's it
Remember
feel to
the
be on
shit
this
you
end
put
of
me
the
Get
through?
everybody in, I'm gonna get everybody in here to make fun of you for an hour. You can't rage quit this one, motherfucker.
Yes, I can. Get out of my bathroom, bitch.
Oh no, it's easy to
Bigger
break
than
that.
you.
That's why you
Take it
always
out.
carry concealed.
Just slams the door. Me.
Fuck,
Jokes
I
on
can't
you.
reach
You
my
can't get
pants
off
on the ground. God damn it!
Jokes on you, fucker. You can't get off the toilet without your wheelchair.
I can get off anywhere.
Connor tries to reach down and grab his pistol out of his pants and around his ankles. He just falls forward. So he's
Laying down their ass. Hey, cool place to park my bike.
Oh, good God. Thank God we're coming up on a break here soon. Hey, Glick, by the way, before we go to break, how's your life?
Oh, it's peachy keen.
Way to let loose, buddy. Jesus.
Well, you know.
Way to tell it like it is.
You know,
Glick, I'll Sasquatch a few words.
Some days the sun's shining, sometimes it's storming.
Yep.
You know, man, I honestly, I really, you know, the jobs transfer is going great. The new company seems really cool. I said that earlier. You know, everybody I've talked to they've been super helpful. I'm learning my way around. We have a whole social media for our company.
Nice.
It's just our company, and you know, because we have a the company I work for is owned by a larger company that owns like a whole bunch of restaurants and property management and stuff like that. So there's a whole social media, and the cool thing about it is there's potential to transfer. We have places in Tennessee. We have places actually they have some stuff down in Charleston. I want to look and see what they have down in Charleston, down in South Carolina, because
you're lucky you're going to send to California.
Well, no, I mean, no, if they've got a property management company down there that I could maybe transfer to here in the next 8 or 9 years when Cash graduates high school, because I'll be working until I die. There's no foreseeable retirement for, well, you know, I might be able to retire at 65 if I stay with, if I stay with this company, if I'm fortunate enough to stay with this company for the next 25 years. But, you know, see what options there are, because they do have companies throughout the country. So, you know, I might be able to go somewhere else. Yeah, I'm really digging it. I'm kind of getting a feel for everything, and I like their social media platform. Thursday, I didn't go because I was busy with some other stuff, but Thursday they did an outing to Top Golf.
Nice.
So it was in the middle. It was in the afternoon. It was like from 1 to 4. So, but it was all, you know, it was all paid for. And every Wednesday they do a happy hour at this restaurant/bar.
They're going to cancel that in about a week after you start going.
Well, it's on Wednesdays, so no, I won't. You know, I'll go. I do want to go because our main office is right across the street from my buildings, which is cool.
Oh, okay.
I do want to go because I'd like to get the opportunity to meet everybody and whatnot, and you know, I might have 1 or 2 beers, but I'm not going to go over there and get freaking hammered or anything like that. But I think they do that. I think they do that like every Wednesday or something, or some shit like that. So, you know, it's cool. I mean, they do things, and they want to make sure everybody's involved, and you know, I like that they have their own social media. It's like their own like Facebook page, kind of. It's like their own Facebook, but it's just for our company.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So everybody that's on it is all employees. So that's really cool. You know, I'm digging it. Yeah, you know, we'll boost your morale type stuff, like Brian just said here in the comments. You know, but I'm digging it so far. You know, there's a lot of benefits and perks that I've never had before that comes with this company. So that's really cool. But I'm digging it. We did finally get Nikki's car fixed. That's been a stress factor for both of us.
So you bought the 5 gallons of gas and a match. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I wish. You know, but you know, unfortunately, we did have to take it to the dealership after we put almost $3,000 into it, and it turned out that it was, you know, the shit that got fixed needed to be fixed anyways. But I just wanted the car running, and then we would have done it a little bit at a time. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah.
All at
I
once.
get that. Doing it all in a single sitting is like, oh, it hurt. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys stabbed me in my wallet. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, but it turned out to be a crankshaft sensor. So they got that fixed. She's up and running. So Nikki's happy about that. She's got her car back. and some of the things that needed to get taken
Now
care
you can
of.
sell it and buy a Chevy. Just that fact.
If I could get what I put into it out of it, yeah, I would 100% just be like, you know what, let's just sell it. And
Hey, CarMax, how you doing?
yeah, let's just get rid of this and get you something a little bit newer, and not a Jeep. But so we've got that headache and that stress off of both of our plates right now. So she's up and running, which is good. It makes her life easier. It makes my life easier. And like I said, it's just that nothing like when you have to have a car, when you need a car.
Breakdown. That's when they break down.
Yeah, when there's two people at work and you have two cars and then one goes down and then you got the stress of, all right, I have to go to work. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But now we got to figure out how to get you to work. And then she's limited to the shifts that she can work or the jobs that she can work because she can't get to them until 4:30 or 5 at the earliest. And it's stressful for both of us. So now we don't have to worry about that. So that's nice. But yeah, man, I really
give it a week. It's a Jeep.
Yeah, I mean, I really ain't got nothing to I'm nervous and excited about this new network. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but I'm super nervous, but I'm also at the same time really excited and anxious.
I think JD and McDonough might be getting kicked out the group.
Sure.
Or they're or they're gonna have some problems with him. Because right now, JFA was talking about Backlash, how he's gonna win against Union.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, this network, man, it's gonna be so great. Like, man.
I like the fact that we're while Cash is sitting there talking. But hey, I'm just saying, a Chevy probably lasts a hell of a lot longer than that fucking Jeep. I'm just saying. But no, the beauty of the whole network thing is we're guaranteed, at least some of us, sorry, Stephen, but some of us will be guaranteed to actually have listeners. But like I said, I started this morning I woke up and I went, shit, I totally forgot that Stephen was going live tonight or last night. And so I started to watch last night's episode, and then I looked at my calendar and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to finish this right now because I literally had just boom, 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 boom. My calendar filled up so fucking quick this morning. I was like, yeah, so I'll watch it later. And then the frustration of the day showed up, and I was like, I wonder if the boys are going live tonight.
Really, what really frustrated him was that god awful the Jarvis podcast. Luckily, he had a great co-host in the name of Blazing that bailed his ass out.
Well, no, you know what? The only criticism I have, and it's something that you'll learn.
Yeah, it's
because
the and all that shit.
No, not even that. Your intro was you almost need to rehearse it a little bit, but that comes with time. Like the first episode I did of Dollars and Cents, I literally started to say nonsensical nonsense, and I changed it to the Nonsensical Network. But if you listen to that first episode, I definitely say nonsensical nonsense. And
don't worry, Jeff's been doing shows with me for 3 years, and he still can't do an intro. So
well,
exactly. It's not. I'm not giving you any criticism that I don't do myself, but it's something come.
It'll come. The more confidence you get, the more repetition.
Yeah,
it'll get better, dude. It'll get better.
Well, it's going from pre-recorded like I normally used to do, and I used to do a live show with Mark before him and Brian went off and did Talking Shit. That's SHTTT for everyone, because they can't spell it right. Florida people, am I right?
Yeah, facts. Actually, I do have a suggestion. You do have the ability to screen share. You should have the movie's IMDb page up. So, like, while you guys are talking about who the characters are or who plays who, you could actually show that person because, like, obviously, who doesn't know fucking Kim Cattrall? But like you were talking about the sheriff and the guy and Porky himself, and I could not picture them in my head without looking it up.
Well, Alex Karras, who played the sheriff in that one, he was Mongo from Blazing Saddles.
Okay, well there you go. See,
but you know what? I'm actually gonna start doing that. Thank you, Jeff.
It's not a terrible, because not only that, you can show the poster, because you guys were talking about the poster a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't picture the poster, and I had to jump off the show long enough to look up the poster. Where if you're having the poster up or you're having that IMDb page up, you can show it so people don't have to step away to do it.
I mean, let's be honest. To be fair, my first time on doing the whole sharing of the StreamYard thing, and I was I didn't know I could make my own fucking thing until today.
But once again, that's something that is learned over time.
I felt so bad for Glick. I'm like, are you sure? And then I'd get an Insta or Snapchat. Yes.
No, but it is like the brand thing. When Chris figured out the brand thing, it was right like 2 weeks before I started the Dollars and Cents, and I was like, oh, good, that's one less thing I have to worry about, because I don't have to figure out, I don't have to download all this shit that I need to delete for that show.
Well, yeah, and I mean, there's so much I'm learning, and thank God, like I even told Glick, you know, if they're gonna upgrade StreamYard, he doesn't even have to ask. I'll give, if he needs $10 or $20, I'll give him that. You know, that don't matter to me.
We'll talk about that down the road.
Yeah, because like I want to help. I want to make this network.
I do as well. I just don't have any funds right now.
Well, I mean, there's
not
always
like last year, or I was making $180,000, $200,000 in a year, and
hey, Jeff,
now I'm like
always giving blood.
Yeah, no, that I'm not in Mexico. There ain't
plasma.
You can't give blood in Mexico if you have tattoos.
Really?
Not a joke. They won't
Damn.
take it.
But I mean, we are at that point of the show, aren't we, Glick? That we take a break.
Yes.
Who's ready for a beat-off break?
Don't forget about
that. I'm gonna do my pants.
I want to talk about that on Wednesday. But not give them blood when you have tattoos.
Oh.
I think it comes down to
you don't have to.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm sorry, Glick. You're the host. I'm sorry, you're mighty.
No. I get his question about it, and it's a simple answer. But
yeah. No, I'm not trying to overstep my bounds here.
Trust me, he's used to it. He's a bottom.
Yeah, I got my little notepad here, so I make notes. Things I want
to fire Jarvis, this motherfucker.
One more check mark in the
That's
fire
a poster.
Jarvis box.
That's a poster behind his screen.
He's writing down there, this redheaded motherfucker is trying to make himself the host on my show.
What was that? Billy Madison or whatever, where Steve Buscemi was there listening to ELO. And
people to kill, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we are gonna take them. I wasn't gonna be rude. You guys were talking. I didn't want to be like, "Hey, assholes, shut it."
Yes, Steven, you dickhead.
Sorry, Connor.
You've never done that
RDR.
Yeah, right. I do want to take a real quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the show. You know, usually we take the first hour and kind of chit chat, have a little banter, do a little weekly check, a little weekly bro check, if you will, and see how everybody's doing and see where everybody is and all that jazz. But before we go to break, I do want to tell you guys about a good friend of ours over at Liquid IV. As we all know, unless you live in Cancun, it is getting warmer out. The sun is starting to shine more.
Always warm.
We're going to be outside doing more. We're going to be outside having outdoor activities, whether it be cookouts or beach days or parties, graduations right around the corner. Maybe you're just going to rock or music festivals or concerts or whatever. Or maybe you're some poor bastard like I used to be, digging ditches out there in that heat. Well, no matter what you're doing out there in that heat, in that sun, we want to make sure you guys are properly hydrated, because at the end of the day, a lot of people think, oh, I drink plenty of water and I'm perfectly hydrated. Well, that's not always necessarily the truth. Liquid IV is going to make sure you're properly hydrated for these summer months and these warm days, hot days, and whatnot. With one packet of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water, it's going to hydrate you 2 times faster than water alone. It's got 3 times the electrolytes of those leading sports drinks that are out there. And it's also got 5 essential vitamins, which are always good for you. You always got to get your vitamins in you. Not only that, but I think they're up to damn near 20 different flavors. So you're going to find a flavor you like, whether it be strawberry, pineapple, watermelon, acai berry, peach. They've got whatever it is. You're going to find one that you like, that you enjoy. Not only that, but they've also got a sugar-free option. And they've also got Liquid IV for kids that comes in 5 fun flavors for the kids, like cotton candy and tropical punch and grape and stuff like that. Head on over to liquidiv.com. Real people, real flavors, real hydrating. Use our promo code WordsAreHard. You're going to get 20% off your entire order when you shop Better Hydration today at liquidiv.com with our promo code WordsAreHard. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. I got a little Matchbox 20 cover of Unwell. It's from the Quarantine covers. I don't know who's singing it. It's just, that's where I found it.
It's just cool. So have fun.
All day, staring at the ceiling, making friends with shadows on my wall. And all night, hearing voices telling me that I should get some sleep, because tomorrow might be good for something. Hold on, feeling like I'm heading for a breakdown, and I don't know why. But I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. Me talking to myself in public and dodging glances on the train. And I know they've all been talking about me. I can hear them whisper, and it makes me think there must be something wrong with me. Out of all the hours thinking, somehow I've lost my mind. But I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. I've been talking in my sleep. Pretty soon they'll come and get me. Yeah, they're taking me away. Well, I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell, but stay a while and maybe then you'll see a different side of me. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little impaired. I know right now you don't care, but soon enough you're gonna think of me and how I used to be. Yeah, how I used to be. Yeah, they're taking me away. Yeah, how I used to be. I'm just a little unwell. I'm just a little unwell. I'm just a little unwell.
There you go. Jordan Ravi Music. Check him out. You just seen all of his links right there. Was his cover of Matchbox 20. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little well.
God, why do you sound like
That was a spot on impression.
I was
You
going
like
to say, just like the guys from Matchbox 20.
I should give up this podcasting bullshit and just become a singer.
No,
right.
you shouldn't.
Anywho, welcome back to Men Caring for Men. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show so far. We have a rare appearance from Jeff hanging out with us tonight. Jervishi's in the house as always. And then Connor is here. Welcome back again. And you guys know me. I'm Glick. Go ahead and check out all of our social medias. Check out everything that's changing. Everything is changing, man. It's a crazy world out there. But we are changing and evolving. Make sure you guys check it all out. Head on over to bio.link/nonsensical nonsense. All the links to all of our social media, everywhere you can watch us live, and everywhere you can watch us or listen to us anytime, any place, is all there at bio.link/nonsensical nonsense. Give us a follow, give us a listen. If you'd be so kind, throw a like on us, and don't forget to give us a share. We'd greatly appreciate that. So anyways, welcome back to Men Caring for Men. Tonight we were going to talk about, coping, the way we cope and deal with things and whatnot. And I just want to start the conversation real quick here, like I always do when we have something like this. For those of you guys who may not know, coping basically, usually involves adjusting to or tolerating negative events or realities while you try to keep your positive self-image and emotional equilibrium. Coping occurs in the context of life changes that are perceived to be stressful. So right now we are all currently going through some sort of life change or something, whether it be Connor moving for the umpteenth time this year, medical issues and whatnot, Jeff and the financial burdens and the stress of his job, and Jarvis with the stress,
of being Jarvis.
Facts.
Sorry, that was sweet.
Stress taking our shit.
Done.
Yeah, exactly. The stress of starting a career, going down the path of the career that he wants to be in. And then, myself
being a Sasquatch trapped in a human body.
Yeah, it's just the normal day, you're doing the except for Jarvis, we're all parents, the normal day-to-day job, parenting.
That was actually pretty funny. Good job, Jarvis.
I'm here all week.
Relationship stuff, stuff like that. Obviously, starting a new network. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm kind of everywhere. I got my oldest one's getting ready to graduate. So it's how we go about dealing with those things and whatnot. And just some of the examples of some of the things that might help you out. We'll kind of dive in it a little bit more and get a little bit more personal with it. But deep breathing, meditation, exercise. Some people take crack. Some people take to journaling, maybe doing some art. Talking with friends, maybe doing a podcast about mental health. Positive thoughts, trying to flush the negative thoughts out with positive thoughts, trying to stay positive when things are crazy. Taking a bath. Yeah, men like to take baths too, just so y'all know. Ain't no shame in taking a bath. It's quite relaxing. If I could fit in a bathtub, I would take more of them. Unfortunately, it is very uncomfortable for me to squeeze into my bathtub. Maybe reading a book or playing video games. Just some examples there of positive ways to cope with things. Obviously, we do know that there are negative coping mechanisms. I have been guilty of it in the past, whether it was drinking or, as Jeff said, now I've never done drugs, but as Jeff said, crack. Those are just a couple right off the top of my head, but negative coping mechanisms that are out there. But all in all, essentially with coping, it just boils down to trying to stay positive and dealing with the situation the quote unquote right way.
Yeah.
Now, Jarvis, you brought this topic up.
Oof.
And our coping mechanisms are kicked in by many. I mean, I just gave a couple different examples, right off the bat, that are currently affecting the four gentlemen that you see tonight, which completely unintended, and it kind of worked out perfectly, this being the topic. But Jarvis, you...
Good God, Jeff.
I dropped something. I was trying to find it.
Jarvis, you brought up this topic, and I want to ask you, and I'm going to kind of let you... I'm going to let you co-pilot this ship tonight a little bit, because you brought up this topic. Was there a particular reason? Was there something on your mind? Was there something you were thinking about?
Well, I mean, actually, to be honest with you, I didn't know that if we did one of the shows on what our coping skills were. So I was like, we did one on trauma. We did one, which that one was a really, really tough show to get through for me. But, at the end of the day, I was just like, I don't know if we ever really had a discussion about what we use to cope, either if it's something like, hey, I used to do this and found out that it wasn't really a good one, or hey, I do this now and it's a really good coping skill, or, Jeff being a comedian and roasting my ass on a men's mental health show.
Oh, it helps me a lot. I'm just saying.
I bet it does.
It helps everyone except for Steven, honestly. It's great.
You really want to see a man try and cope? Watch on Saturday nights.
Unfortunately, you can't rage quit life. Well, you can, but
I mean, I can. It's just it's frowned upon. But no, like I went to not doing drugs, but a game called Call of Duty. I found out that on that game, coping skills are not the greatest.
If you're gonna rage quit life,
I shouldn't be laughing about that, but thank you, Glick. Felt that couple of times on Saturdays, but but no, I think coping skills, it depends on this whole journey of mental health exploration, as we call it. You do find different ways to cope with things. I mean, me being sometimes a sarcastic person, and Leggy, if you're out there, yes, I am fine. Just sometimes there is times where, I get a little bit pushed over the edge. Not saying it's because of Glick or anyone on the show, but
I am.
Shut up.
I blame Glick. I blame Glick for everything. That's how I cope. I just it's fucking Glick's fault. Somehow. I don't know how, but it is.
Well, I mean, he is better. He's better than us. I mean, he did create a whole network. But
he's the champ.
Don't make him do the fucking acknowledge me thing, because I mean, honestly, there's only so much more that I can take of that shit. Thanks,
he's
Brian,
the champ
by the way,
of
fucker.
Look, all I did, the talent was already out there. All I was the Tony Stark of putting the Avengers together.
Don't ever call us the Avengers.
The talent was already there. I just...
Oh, God.
There's a TikTok, Jeff, that I need you to get on the Avengers sound. And then all
I need a photo from everybody.
I'll send you one. Oh, good God.
I'm sorry. I'm picturing it now, and I'm more of seeing I got something in mind, but everybody send me a headshot.
I could see Glick for mine. It's Iron Man and the Hulkbuster just punching me in the face go to sleep, go to sleep.
Oh, no, that's me. That's me.
Even when he says headshot, he just means a picture of you from the neck up, not a picture of you giving you head.
But yeah, all honestly, I'll work on something. I got something in mind.
Not me standing by the knees on Glick on like.
But and I'm going to tell you right now, Glick, I'm not giving you the Tony Stark role, but I have an idea.
You're gonna be Mr. Paul Chin.
Wait. The reason why I'm saying that is because the clip I have, Tony doesn't really talk. So, but
Tony
but
does
I have
talk.
an
It's
idea.
just not on this show
have-
anymore.
Jeff's got the closest thing to Tony Stark's face. Like if Tony
It's like
Stark did a whole
it's-
bunch of drugs.
No, but I'm
am
going to tell you.
Iron
I'm going
Man.
to tell you what I have in mind. You will find flattering, sir.
Okay.
But let's stay on topic, boys.
But no, a good ways to cope I've figured out is just knowing what triggers you. Oh, good God, words are
I
hard.
literally
That was
hate
with
that
the
word.
T. That was with the T.
That was with the T and an R and an
Yes.
I and
No,
two
in all
Gs and-
seriousness though, don't you kind of hate that? That word has become tainted,
I hate that word so much.
right?
Because
It
it's got
triggers
such
the
a
word of the
negative
day,
connotation.
trigger.
It's got such
That
a
is with
negative
the T.
connotation nowadays.
It does. It's kind of like
Yeah.
safe space. You know, I hate
Right?
Right.
safe space
Exactly.
for this show, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is, and this is the same space. And when we, you know, as men, fuck it, it's a men's show. But as men, when we
As
have
men.
an episode of depression or anxiety or something like that, it's a trigger.
Mhm.
Something's happened that's triggered that reaction. Unfortunately, yes, I know. I feel the same way you guys do with the word. It's the same thing with safe space, but it's just reality. It is what it is,
Yeah.
you know. So,
So my
I don't know,
my
unless you come up with different words, then
my therapist calls them stuck points instead of triggers.
Did you just say
That's like- that's
suck
like-
points?
I was going to say that's what I call Steven when we're hanging out. I'm just saying.
that's what they called. That's what they called the mission when they had to go retrieve Connor off the toilet when he was in the army. Operation
Oh,
Point.
good
No,
God.
but I get it. It's triggered is kind of like
Yeah.
it's almost like one of those perfect words, but the problem with it, just like the safe space thing, it's become so used
Overused.
that it's lost
yeah.
its meaning.
It's become synonymous with snowflakes.
Agreed.
I do like that stuck point though.
Like, genuinely, because when you think about a trigger,
New
per
merch,
se,
am I right?
the stuck points are where your brain gets stuck on something and can't get off of it.
Yeah.
Right. It's where you become so focused on it, your brain is stuck, and it overwhelms you with whatever emotion it overwhelms you with: sadness, fear, anger, whatever.
Depression, acceptance.
Yeah. So
Where most
I mean
of our
that's
case,
what
it's
she
acceptance.
calls them, the stuck points.
Okay, I like that. We'll use that from now on. So you were saying, Jarvis?
Shout out to Dr. Hines.
Shout out, Dr. Hines. Appreciate you.
Hold on one second.
You're doing good things. Not as good as we are, but good things nonetheless.
No, she's helping out a whole bunch of veterans. So yeah, I think she's doing better things than we are. We just kind of exist.
We
And
have
people in the DR watch us.
we have veterans that will be coming up on our show here very soon.
Gosh
But
darn
no,
right they
like,
will.
And I'm also in therapy and all that, which was my choice again. As much as I'm with Connor, it was his choice too. Which for me, I really
Kinda
needed the
was.
therapy.
By
It kind of was, kind of wasn't my
his
choice.
he means court
Yeah.
orders.
Yeah.
Jeff may or may not know what I'm talking about.
No, I 100% know.
And it's nice to not only, and I've told my wife this, and I know a couple of people on her side of the family and my side of the family that are like, well, you're married, why can't you just talk to your wife? It's like it's nice to
Usually
talk.
she's the problem.
So I'm having a hard
Steve,
time.
I saved you. I said it.
Alyssa, he said
Yeah.
he
Yeah. Hey, I get it.
he said it.
There's certain things like the stigmatism of why can't you talk to your wife? For me, it's like Why? So she thinks less of me? Yeah, no, ain't gonna play down that game. No, I've fallen into that trap before.
Hate to say it, Jeff. She's not the only one.
Oh, I know.
Well, I don't think you should feel like that. I think for
no,
me,
and I'm not saying my wife would, but
yeah,
it's like I have it in the back of my head. It's like, wait, so she could put this in the Rolodex, and then the next time we have an argument, she's like, take that fucker.
Yep.
You
I hate to continue to walk on your talking here, Stephen, but
no, go ahead.
No, it's what you grow up with.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm the youngest one on this panel, and that's how I grew up. You don't show weakness to your family.
Yeah,
you find one or two
Walk
buddies.
It off.
You find one or two buddies that you're willing to just fucking let it all out, but not cry around, and fucking you let it out, and then you go get drunk and you fucking be an idiot. And then you come back, and if you're not fine, then you're, that's just that's what we were taught.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing is ultimately at the end of the day, you don't want to come across as weak in front of your significant other. You don't want them, and not saying that they will, because God knows Nikki's seen me at my absolute lowest, and we'd only been dating for a few weeks at that time. My absolute fucking lowest moment, but you still have that in the back of your head. We as men are taught to be protectors, providers, and to never show weakness. So sometimes, no matter how healthy the relationship is, sometimes it's hard to talk about things.
Sometimes for me, there's a point where I don't feel I'm loquacious enough to actually get the point across, where it just sounds like it. Loquacious, it means explanatory. I don't know the right words to actually get it out.
Is that on your word calendar?
No, I love that word. I love the word loquacious. I love that word.
Again, you said it before, and I told you it sounds like a stripper.
Why do you think I like it?
Stage, everybody, loquacious.
Yeah, that's why I like that word. No, but it's like I literally, if I'm explaining to anybody how I feel, I'm like halfway through, I'm like, yeah, you know what? You just don't get it.
Yeah.
I can't get the words out where it doesn't sound like I'm sitting here going, woe is me. I'm a giant pussy, Yeah, exactly. So my coping mechanism is bottle that shit up and then let it explode one day. So you kill the entire family.
Yeah.
Easy, Benoit.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah. Came across that issue again. We're walking all over Stephen here for a second.
No, you guys are good. Go ahead.
Well, I had that issue because I've seen your family in the background tonight, so you haven't come across that issue yet.
Not yet. They're still alive.
I had
for now
a conversation with my wife the other day because I'm in the middle of school, and I've got this surgery coming up, and it was essentially, she wanted me to wait to have the surgery, and I was like, the thing is, yeah, because I do my very best to not show how much pain I'm in. I've been moving these boxes. I pick up my kids like I'm not supposed to. I do as much as I can to be dad and all this, that, and the other. And she's like, just stick it out for a few more months. I was like, I've been waiting for this surgery for over a fucking year, dude. Like, I don't know how to explain to you the pain that I'm in, like physically in, like, and how bad every day fucking hurts. Like, how do you explain this? And she's just like, well, why can't you just wait? It's just pain. Nothing's going to change between now and then. Like, but that's the thing is it's physically draining, one, and two, it's hard to be in that much fucking pain and not
express it.
And not express it and not feel it emotionally and be so sick of it that like shit, it's hard. I'm like, I don't, it's changed me. You want me to be the old me, but it's hard for me to be the old me when I can't do what I used to be able to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the problem with you being so young is you still have the mentality of I'm 20 years old. I'm 40 almost 43 years old, and I am 43. Fuck, I'm gonna be 44 this year. But
I'm almost 43 years old.
I'm 43 years old, and I still go to pick something up, and then halfway through picking it up, I go, "Yeah, asshole, you're not 20. Stop it.
Yeah.
You
Stop
can't
it.
lift
Put it
up the
down.
front end of
Quit.
the car anymore. It's not
You
cool."
you better put it down gentle.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that's the other thing. Kind of dumb it down. They don't always, our significant others, they don't fully understand when we do try to explain something. It's nothing that's their fault. It's just, to get inside the man's head or the mind of a man is a dangerous world because of how we were brought up and how we were raised. It takes a lot for us to get to that point to express how we feel and everything like that, and they don't really fully understand. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that's life, man.
But correct me if I'm wrong.
And most women, because this is what they're taught, or this is just what's ingrained. They're nurturers,
Right?
They're caregivers. Men are fixers, so we want to fix the problem. And women want to nurture the problem, but they also, when it comes to dealing with men's mental health, they don't fully understand, what's going on in our head, because at the same time, I'm going to use a big word. We can't always articulate exactly how we're feeling.
Well, and like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you or do you not hold back when you're explaining?
I 100% hold back because we were taught.
I don't give the whole story.
We know two emotions. Growing up, it's happy or angry.
Yeah.
There's
another no emotion.
So that's our go-tos. We're either happy or we're angry, and it's not because we just don't know any better at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're big dumb animals.
So it is sometimes very hard to open up to your significant other, and it can be very frustrating for them because they want you to open up, but we don't know how to open up either, because we have all those feelings in the back of our mind of, if I tell her how I'm feeling or what I'm going through, then she's going to think less of me. She's going to think I'm weak. Then there's
going to use it against me one day.
The other thoughts start to creep in. Oh, now she thinks I'm weak. Now she thinks I'm this. I'm less of a man. Well, now she's going to start looking elsewhere for a man who, in her eyes or in our eyes, whatever, is more of a man than I am. And then that starts to raise those negative thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
man.
And those are the hardest thoughts to kill.
I believe Blazin said rumination, where I think he said that when he was on the show here. All of them negative thoughts, and then that puts you into a tailspin. So that's that negative. You're not properly coping with the things that are going on. Instead, you're letting the negativity creep in and get the best of you. That's why there's those ulterior ways to deal with coping positively. Jarvis, we're eventually going to let you get your point across tonight. Go ahead. What were you saying, buddy?
Well, you guys pretty much nailed what I was trying to say. Is that, there's times where you're afraid to open up, when stuff does happen, and you're afraid to pretty much tell your significant
win.
Fuck you, damn it.
No, we were going off of Blazin. Sorry, Blazin was like, yes.
I got it
Chris
right.
is like, I got it right. Yeah, mark that down on the calendar. I got something right.
How many times Glick has got something right or Jeff's got something right?
But correct me if I'm wrong. Once again, the reason why this happens is why we start making jokes. Is we start creeping into that touchy feelies, and we're like, somebody's got to lighten the mood. Jarvis is an asshole. Yeah, okay, So it's
a coping mechanism, and we talked about that when.
But I am Blazing. I'm always hard.
But we talked about that when we did the trauma show, when it started getting a little bit too heavy for Connor. Jarvis or I made a joke.
Yeah.
When it started getting real heavy for Jarvis, Connor or myself made a joke. You know, me, I'm an asshole, and you know, I only partially open the door.
You and I see the jokes coming a mile away, and you're like, somebody's got to do something.
I mean, you know, I only partially open the door so it doesn't get super heavy. I don't know what that word is.
But it, yeah, the brevity. No, but like brevity is heavy. It's it's getting thick. We're getting deep into our feelings.
We understood the brevity of the situation.
Well, let's just fucking say that the situation is getting a little heavy, bruh.
Yeah, because we're more. What's the word?
I'm simple.
We're more we're more enlightened than you. Sorry.
Yeah. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. Kiss.
How will people know when I'm smart? Oh,
they never will.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, that's another story.
But I think at the end of the day, like we were saying, is that sometimes just coming on here and talking about our problems and being like, this shit's so difficult. And I'm sure our wives or significant others are watching this going like, God, what's hard about your guys' life? You're on a fucking podcast right now talking about your problems and all that. And it's just like, honestly, there's times on this show where it's just like, now I get to open up a lot more than what I can do with my wife, because I don't want to bore her with some of my problems. I mean, yesterday after I got off doing the show with Blazin', I was just like this. I literally put my hands in my fucking head in my eyes, just going like this and shaking my head. And she's like, is everything okay? Damn.
You're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just tired.
And the buttons.
I was just like, yeah, everything's fine. And she's like, I can tell that you were kind of flustered about how you did during the show. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, Blazin' was very well in that. And he wrote shit down. He did very good job. I was forever grateful for him coming on. But me, I felt like I let it down. And
no, like I said, and that, I do the same thing, and I know Chris does as well. It's like, even on a show like Nonsensical Nonsense, when we say something and it doesn't get the laugh that we expect, or if somebody doesn't hear it, you sit there afterward, you're like, that was stupid. I shouldn't have said that. Fucking.
Or when Jeff, the asshole, always tells people that, let me explain the joke.
That's just funny. I'm sorry, buddy.
Well, it's a good thing to know that when when it's my time, whenever that may be.
You just hit it and you quit it, bro. You drop the line and then you either let it die.
But once again, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. How many times did I explain the joke in the beginning of the show?
Oh yeah, Jeff was bad.
And he beat it out of me to the point I don't do it no more. So that's
on Saturday, I had a really good joke, and then I fucking went back to my own.
And you'll learn. That's what we're trying to teach you. You'll learn.
But
you just drop your liner and you let it simmer. It's either gonna pop or it's gonna die. Either way.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, confidence is the biggest key in doing shit like
what
this.
What have I been telling you, man? Like I said, I had the show on. I was turning it up when a commercial came on, so I got to hear a good chunk of it, but I didn't get to watch it all. So I went through today when I was doing my stuff at work, and I put it on and I was listening to it. You did a good job, man. Like I said, the confidence is going to.
First episode's never going to go great on anything.
You go back and listen to our first few episodes. I was.
And I couldn't shut the fuck up.
Well, there was that too. That was.
I still haven't learned that one. But at
the end of the day, I never thought I'd be doing this show here in particular. I wanted to do it, but I never thought I would have the confidence or be brave enough to do it. So, doing the podcast that Jeff and I was doing, Nonsensical Nonsense, that was my outlet. That was my escape from all the. And I was when we first started this show, up until last year, maybe a year and a half, I was in a bad place. I was in a very dark place, man. And I had been there for a while. So doing the podcast, but doing the podcast was my escape. It was my way to vent, my way. It was a coping mechanism for me at the end of the day.
It was a way to forget reality for that time we were online. And there were times after we get done with the show that we just sit there and stare at the camera for 5 minutes, or in some case punch the wall or whatever. And the other's like, "You all right, dude? Yeah, I'm good. I needed that tonight," kind of thing. And it is what it is.
Well, yeah, and before I even started doing podcasts and all that, like I was that kid in school that people would be like, "Hey, how are you doing, Steven?" And I'd be like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" It literally was not social at all. Shut up, Glick. I seen that smile.
I was
waiting for Glick to be like, "Wait, you were a child in school one time?"
No, Cash is in here throwing a fit. So,
yes, not all of us reached maturity by the time we were 13. You bearded Sasquatchian.
What the hell are you talking about? I'm 42 years old. I mean, 22 years old, and I have the maturity level of a 12-year-old boy.
I was going to say, I think you mistaken puberty for maturity.
Yeah, didn't mean I got mature. I mean, hey, I took my Toys R Us oath very seriously. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I don't want to grow up. There's a million toys that I can play with.
I just want to be a kid. I don't want to grow up.
I took my oath very seriously. I will never be mature. And that's just the cold, hard truth. If you want maturity, you better go fucking find somebody else, because I ain't the one.
Yeah, get in line and grab your book, because it's going to be a while.
Alyssa.
I created a fucking podcast where we do dick and fart jokes to escape reality and to cope with everything that I was dealing with in life. And I have outbreaks on the show of anger and frustration directed at people that maybe didn't deserve it? Maybe Jeff, maybe Mike, maybe Tony, maybe people that were in the chat. Yeah. But, for the most part, that allowed me an escape from the bullshit that I was dealing with in real life.
Facts, leggy facts.
Yeah, facts on facts. But that was I guess maybe a healthy coping mechanism for me and maybe for Jeff. But that's what we do, and we find that outlet, wherever we can. I have more outlets now, and I'm not, fortunately for me, like I said, the last year and a half, whatever, has, outside of fucking normal day-to-day life bullshit, nothing, I've had a couple episodes here and there, but for the most part, I can't complain a whole lot. But I've also done a whole lot of rediscovery and learned
1%.
And it's okay to put my foot down. It's okay to
say no,
stand up for myself and everything like that. Also, just eliminating toxic people from my life has been amazing. And then here we are doing this show. This is a show that I wanted to do. This is a show that ever since I decided to do a Monday night show, this is what I wanted to do. But I don't know if I didn't have the confidence, I wasn't brave enough or whatever, or it was just a simple fact of the matter was I knew the right people were not in place to do a show with me on Monday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go back up to Blazing's comment?
And no, and that's the other thing. I had to stop beating myself up so much because I was my own worst enemy. I go back and think about something that happened 15 years ago.
Exactly my point.
Because Leggy was Leggy was in my ear a lot about this show. Her and a few other people were in my ear, wanting to know when I was going to do it, where it was at, telling me I should do it, and everything else. But that was the other thing. I would go back to something that happened when I was in high school, man, and spend a week beating myself up about it. Like, man, I wish I could go back and apologize and say I wish it never happened, or I wish I could go back and not do the things that I did. But unfortunately, what's done is done. So that's on that negative side. There's both positive and negative coping mechanisms, and that's one of those negative coping mechanisms when you start letting that hamster wheel of negativity just start eating up.
Well, here's my question. Since you're talking about the hamster wheel of negativity, how do you stop the fucker? Because I've been trying to find the brake on this motherfucker for years.
I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you what worked for me. What worked for me was doing the podcast. Even before the podcast, streaming was my outlet. I was on Periscope and I loved it. And it was my escape, man. I could go on there and I could be myself and I could have a good time and I could have fun. Then I was on TikTok, not only doing TikTok lives, but making TikToks. If I was in a bad mood, I can make 4 or 5 TikToks with some sad shit, depressing fucking songs that hit me a certain type of way. And I ain't doing it to get likes or anything like that. I'm just doing it because it's helping me get it out. And I'm and then I move on. And then
that's some hippie dippy shit, Blazing. Yeah, hippie.
But again, it's also like Blazing just said, you got to bring your mind back to the present or to the present. Meditation, exercise, journal. Write down. I got a journal, man. I've got some dark fucking shit.
Dude, if I write a journal, and somebody will call it my manifesto, I swear to God.
Fuck you, Jarvis. Fuck you, Jarvis.
I can't do weed, Mark. I can't do it. I can't. I literally, I'm literally allergic to weed.
Oh, that sucks. It helps me a lot. It helps me a lot.
Jeff's fucking journal is gonna be listening to Jarvis explain a joke over and over again makes Jeff a small boy.
Yeah, like I said, journal. I've got a book, and it's only a few pages, but it's got some dark shit in it, man. It's just shit that's going on in my head right now, and I got to get it out. But if I come online or if I say it in a social media post, I'm going to wind up on a fucking list.
Yeah,
trust us, we're already on the list.
Use gummies, Jeff, or
they're harder to come by in this town. No, but it's like it's not even that. Like
they take too long to kick in.
It for me, the only way it sounds so stupid to say it out loud, but it sounds like really. Oh no, trust me, dude. If I beat that thing anymore, it's gonna come off.
It does.
Yeah, but like that gets old after a while. What the fuck do you want? Jesus Christ.
Hey, it brings out that self-release that you need for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, Jeff, I know you
like coping mechanism and beating his children.
I know you like to rag on us for playing video games.
Hashtag Loopy Wang.
I don't rag on it. I get nothing out of it, honestly.
You got to find a game you enjoy. That's my way of relaxing. I came home today. I jumped on for maybe 10 minutes. Played a few games, I seen Mark was on there, but I just wanted to play a couple games, just kind of unwind, and get my dailies out of the way, and that's all I did. But there's some days like Sundays, I do enjoy playing most of the day playing video games, whether I play with Mark, Brian, and Jarvis, or if I'm just playing games by myself or whatever. That's part of my release. I told you guys I am, and that's the other thing. Unplug, man, on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
Take one day of the week and unplug. Put your phone away.
Specifically you, Steven. Unplug on Sundays. Just stop.
Just stop. Just unplug. Put your phone down. Don't get on social media. Watch movies with the kids. Whatever. Go outside, Jeff. Go outside, Jeff. Get some fresh air.
Touch grass.
I do that. I go outside on Wednesdays and Saturdays when I do the show. That's my going outside. No, but it's like it sounds stupid to say what I do to my unwind is I daydream is the best way to put it. But even that, there's days where I just like what's the fucking point?
Mhm.
Like in general, it
You have to, you
like,
have to
you
find
get
what
to the
works.
point where even the stuff that you like, just like
Yeah.
It's yeah.
even
I know what you're talking
my
about.
favorite pastime is watching like car shows. I watch them now and I just nitpick and bitch the whole time. Well, God, this guy can't build a car to save his life.
You had to find a way to shake the negativity and replace it with some sort of positivity, something, and it's not easy. It's a lot easier said than done. The boys, trust me,
Yeah, it
because
is.
Jeff has seen me at some of my deepest, darkest moments. I mean, I can really get into them, and I know Jeff can too. But it's very hard. It's a lot easier said than
I
done.
end up like if I get my depression gets real bad, I'll just sleep all the fucking time.
Mhm.
And then I feel bad because I'm sleeping all the time and I'm wasting my life away. And then it just the whole cycle starts over.
Yeah, you just have to find something that you can use. Again, we're talking about coping mechanisms tonight. You have to find that method or that mechanism that you can shake the negative thoughts and replace them with positive thoughts. I mean, I would tell you to look at your family, but I mean that's
That just makes me want to punch them in the face.
no.
The problem is I can't get away from them. I think that's a small factor as well. I literally
some
I
alone
can't
time.
get away. I need alone time.
Everybody needs alone time, and that's go for a walk, go.
I walk every morning when I go get my cigarettes.
Get a
Oh,
cab.
it used to be one of my favorite things. Is going on walks, going on hikes, camping.
Just go to the beach for a couple hours and leave just tell Tanya or whatever, hey, I need a few hours to myself. I'll be back. Don't worry. But everybody needs some alone time every once in a while. You just need
That
it.
just lets the dark thoughts come in, though.
And that's why I said you find something that you enjoy. I mean, and it took me a while to discover things that I enjoyed doing, and that that I was able to go do and get rid of that negativity. And I'm speaking for me personally. I like going to the gym, and I'm God damn it, I'm telling you guys, eventually I'm gonna get back there. I keep saying Monday. Well, here it is Monday. Did I go to the gym today? No. But
I have to force myself every
podcast,
morning.
his
to go to the
next
gym.
location for doing the show is him in the gym, just pumping iron.
Yeah, I'm gonna get me one of those harnesses so I can put my phone, so I can attach my phone, and I'm gonna just be at the gym, working out while I do the show. But yeah, I love going to the gym because
I have to force myself. I hate it.
I put my earbuds in, and I swear to God, it's no joke. I said it a week or so back. You never know what I'm listening to. I could be listening to Britney Spears. I could be listening to Guar. I could be listening to Eminem. I could be listening to fucking ABBA. You never know. But I got my music in, noise canceling earbuds. I can't hear nothing. My brain shuts down because I'm focused on working and out. I'm listening to the music, and I find my happy place. And that gives me that hour and a half that I spend to work out. That gives me that alone time. That gives me that time to work out that anger, that frustration, the negativity, to get to a positive place, to get to a positive ground. And it does sound like some hippy dippy weird shit, but it is. I mean, I'm in that zone. I get that way when I play video games. I get that way. I used to. One of the things that I miss more than anything about being in Charleston is the water. The water is my happy place for me. Mm-hmm. Whether it be a river, a lake, a beach, the ocean, a pond. Water is my happy place. I could be listening to Alaska Thunderfuck.
No, but I think once I get my bike, I need to get my bike. So because back in high school when I had my bike, I could just be gone for like 3 days. Mm-hmm. Right after high school, I had a bike and I could just be gone for 3 days, not see anybody, and I'd come back just happy as a pig.
I used to love hitting the heavy bag. It was one of my fucking favorite things. I can't do it anymore. But I mean, half the time I wasn't even in there doing anything technical. I was just beating the shit out of a heavy bag because I was pissed off or I had to get anger out. It wasn't positive. I didn't leave feeling better. I left feeling like a little mad, but like I got some of the aggression out that I can't do around my family, that I can't do around people who are quote unquote normal. And so you get that aggression out, and then on the drive home, you try and, I mean, it's nerdy and it's hippie, but like do that deep breathing shit.
Yeah.
And just try and relax. You don't need to have happy thoughts if you're calm, and just try and turn off the noise. Like I'm a big proponent of, you can't really turn the negative off, but you can silence it. You can make it quiet. If you can't always be positive. You can't always have a good mentality in life, but if you can get the negative shit out of your way and really take out your aggression and whatever you need to take out, and then just breathe it away and be calm. Find something that makes you calm. Don't worry about being positive. Don't
Find
worry
your
about
happy place.
Don't worry about that. Just fucking get rid of it.
Well, you've got,
Fuck your happy place, Jarvis. I hope it burns.
Yeah, unfortunately,
ow.
I'm kidding.
In a healthy way, you do.
I'm gonna be in my happy place, and every building's all burned to shit. Just fucking Connor.
That sounds like my happy place. Burning down your happy place is my happy place.
F is for fires. Uncontrollable. U is for uranium bombs. N is for no survivors.
Seamus came back.
SpongeBob joke, everyone. SpongeBob
That's what I
joke.
heard.
Yeah, that's my
You do, unfortunately.
Dream Max, he's coming out.
Sing the Smurf song. Nice.
He's coming out too.
Screw that, Blazin. Sing the "Look on the Bright Side of Life" by Monty Python.
Yeah.
No, but like even like one of the things that, like we were talking about this a long while back. Chris and I were talking about old TV shows. I can't get into them anymore. I'm just like, eh.
Oh, I can still watch old shows. It just depends on which ones. That's the thing.
In general.
Well, we're right up against it, but we're going to come back and continue this conversation. Dealing, coping and dealing and trying to find ways that works for you, because just because something works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you, or if it works for Jarvis, or if it works for Jeff.
Did we really get any tips out? I mean, it kind of just went into what we do on Wednesday.
We got lots of tips out, man.
Okay,
We're talking personal. We're talking personally. We're not experts. We're not doctors in this, so we're not going to tell people what they have to do. We're just going to share our experiences and share what we do. That's the great thing about this show is it's on a very personal level, whether it be with the three guys who host this show, or when we have guests on. And Jeff, you're a guest on the show tonight. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Or when we have other guys who come on the show. It's personal. It's very personal based. It's not.
I just don't want to go back to my old ways of walking around town wishing a motherfucker would.
Yeah, I mean, I can Google a bunch of stuff that people with degrees and shit like that never been through it have written. If you want me to, Jarvis, and we can read that if you'd like.
I was just asking because I know we kind of bounced around, but at the same time, like everyone says, coping skills do vary from person to person. Something that Blazing finds his coping skills may not work for us, but in the same way, we are also giving out our own kind of way of how we cope with stuff. And who knows, maybe something Connor does helps someone else. Maybe some Jeff
nothing
does
anymore.
Help someone else. Yeah, well, I mean, cry wank cry. I live by that. Thank you. I mean, that's a hell of a coping skill if you think about it for about like 5 seconds, and then you feel ashamed and want to cry again.
So you do it again.
like I said, I do want to continue the conversation, but I do want to take a real quick break.
Yeah,
we'll be right back. I gotta go make my bladder gladder, as Blazing says. I'm gonna go recycle some alcohol.
All right, just fine. Let's go.
Oh, that's good. Bladder gladder. Yeah, that's good. Good job, Blazing.
Yeah.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to use that as a fucking banner.
Credit where credit's due.
No.
But we'll be right back here in just a few minutes. Before we go to break, I do want to tell you guys about one of our sponsors over at Zencastr. If you're a broadcaster, a streamer, or a podcaster, and you want to grow, you want to get your content out there. If you create content, you want to get it out there and get ears and eyes on what you do, well, head on over and check out Zencastr.com. It's super easy to use. Everything you need is all in one location. Like literally, you don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of crazy equipment or spend a lot of money or anything like that. Everything you need is right there. You're always going to sound your best. You're always going to look your best, which some of us need more help than others in that department. I'm speaking about myself. But head over to Zencastr.com /pricing. Use promo code Words Are Hard. You're going to get 30% off your first month's paid plan. As Jarvis says, Zencastr so easy a Squatch can use.
I was nice this time. I'm sorry.
And with that being said, we're going to do a little cover here of Smashing Pumpkins today by Paul Warner. We'll be back here in a few minutes. We're going to continue this conversation. Jeff's obviously going through some stuff, so we're going to see if we can help him out tonight in any way, shape, or form.
When isn't Jeff going through some stuff?
Or we're going to get him to run his head into that concrete wall behind him.
One of the two.
The Hello Kitty art might be gone soon.
Blue sent me into a state of depression.
I built that. I'm proud of that.
Did you?
I built that. It's three-dimensional.
Cool. We're going to play the music. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right.
Today is the greatest day I've ever known. Can't live for tomorrow. Tomorrow's much too long. I'll burn my eyes up before I get out. I want it more than life could ever grant me. Bored by the shore,
Yeah, buddy, a little Smashing Pumpkins cover with Today by Paul Warner. Check him out on YouTube. Check out some of his other music. He's got some pretty good covers and whatnot up there. There you go, right there, right on the screen. Paul Warner.
That was a good cover.
Oh, just kidding. There we go. We're good. Welcome back to Men Caring for Men. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the show tonight. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all the social medias and all that fun jazz. Go ahead and head right on over to bio.link/nonsensical-nonsense. You can find all the social media links there where you're going to find all the shows. Don't forget to give us a follow, give us a listen, give us a like, and if you'd be so kind, give us a share. You're going to be able to find where to watch us live, where to watch us, or where to listen to the shows anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts at. Simple as that. And you can also find out where to follow us on social media. I forgot what I was going to say. See, Jarvis?
Words are hard.
Yeah, words are hard. We also have links to our sponsors there. Liquid IV, your hydration destination. W Energy, no more jitters, no more crashes. Join us as we wage war on big energy drinks. And Zencastr.com, your all-in-one podcasting, broadcasting, and streaming destination. Make sure you use our promo code at checkout. Words are hard. You're going to get those savings and discounts. We got Jeff in the building. We got Jarvis in the building. We got Connor somewhere. In the building.
I think you got lost in that new house.
He might have got lost in the new house, or he's stuck on the toilet. I don't know.
He's in the basement going like, how the hell did I get down here?
We got a mission point, stuck point going down.
APB, we're looking for a guy with
motherfucker needs a map. The motherfucker needs a map and a compass. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And you guys know me. I'm Glick. I'm hosting this
shit show.
Who you calling a nerd?
Damn it, Jeff, we don't have it on here.
I can switch it back and forth real quick.
Yeah. But welcome back. We're talking about coping and coping mechanisms and finding ways to get yourself out of a funk and to get rid of the negative thoughts and replace them with positive thoughts. Connor said something that it's not about getting rid of the negative thought. It's 100%. I mean, you can like Connor said, you can go take your anger and frustrations out on a heavy bag or whatever the case may be. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you do got to be able to shake the negativity and replace it with positivity.
GPS not working there, Connor?
And it's a lot easier said than done at the end of the day. It really
we assumed you got lost in your house and you had to GPS your way back to the room.
No, I was unboxing shit.
or we had a mission stuck point that was about to go down.
No.
Connor stuck on the toilet again.
No.
Bravo team, go.
You know what? That reminds me. Do me a favor. Send me your Amazon wish list. I'm going to send you that engine hoist so you can get yourself off the toilet by yourself.
You're a cunt.
I'm gonna just tell your wife to be like, hey, keep this in the bathroom just in case. Here's a honest.
Dude, if she had it her fucking way, dude, we would have a wheelchair. We would have one of those fucking scooters. We would have the elevator thing that goes up the side of the stairs with the chair.
I want one of those for my house. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Gonna be.
She's more into getting equipment for me than I am. I'm just like, dude, I'll figure it out. I figured it out after the last surgery, and I could barely feel my legs. I'll figure it out this time. It'll be fucking.
No,
fine.
I get winded going up my stairs, so I want to.
Connor's gonna be in the pulley and strap, and he's gonna be like, "Don't worry, hon, I got this." Fucking next thing you know, one strap's broke, and he's just dangling. The neighborhood kids are like,
have you seen the Family Guy where Peter has to go to the bathroom, so he goes over to Joe's house and he gets tangled up in the fucking pulley systems? He's like, I can't figure this out.
I'll just piss myself.
Connor stuck on the toilet, and all I hear is Bravo going dark. Like, go out in his house, he's like, what the hell?
Oh god!
Does my Bluetooth headset reach the fucking computer? Because I can just do the show from here.
Connor, where you at? Don't fucking worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I might have to mute
Hear me
myself
grunt,
several
it's
hundred
because I'm
times.
fighting a bear.
Yeah. I'm punching a bear. Yeah, don't worry about it.
If you see me fighting a bear, help the bear because I'm gone anyway.
Facts.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't know.
Sometimes you eat the bear. Sometimes the bear eat you. I'm
You
just
just see bear legs, back legs sticking out of his bathroom.
Well,
What's going on in there, Connor? Don't ask.
in the case of the Revenant, sometimes you grape the bear, sometimes bear grapes you.
Bear definitely
Ain't
great.
that right
that's what
there,
they said.
Chiefy?
I still haven't seen that fucking movie.
I haven't seen it either.
And then
I
sometimes
just seen that
there's a
scene and
bunch
I'm
of-
like, you know what? I'm good.
You know, anyways, that's a whole different. We're not gonna.
Sometimes there's a bunch of men on a podcast talking about random stuff that no one knows what they're talking about.
They don't even know what they're talking about at the end of the day.
Oh,
No, so you know, we're talking about coping, and obviously, and Jeff, because it is Monday night, and it is Men Caring for Men. Clearly, this financial situation has got you in a deep, dark funk, man.
Oh, dude, I'm
You're in a bit of a fucking like a serious rut.
I am spiraling.
I can see that.
Like
We can
like
tell.
we've all seen Twister. I am the Twister. You know, I'm just you know, and it comes down to it's literally I know it's going to work out. I have no doubt. But and
in the meantime.
90 yeah, the meantime and 90% of the time I'm like, I got this, no problem. But every once in a while it's like getting punched in the back of the head, you don't know it's coming, and the depression just sits in. And I was talking to myself, because I never do that. But I was talking to myself. I said, I can go upstairs, I can go lay down and spiral, or Glick and the guys are doing a show. Yeah, the healthier one is to get on the show. I don't know if that was the correct decision or not. I'll let you know. But it was
probably not,
because I know that if I sit up here and just lay down and spiral, I'm not good to anybody.
Yeah,
like for like a month.
The
So,
Mexican
like,
authorities may find bodies.
Well, no, well, and
they'll
that's why I
never
said
find those bodies, dude.
That was my old coping mechanism. Was especially if I was having a really bad day, I would literally walk through the hotel zone with a "Come on, let's try something."
What are you?
Kind of a look on my face, and just wishing that somebody would just
Got
spill
your
a drop
back,
of beer on me, because I've been kicked out of every bar in town at one point or another because somebody looked at me funny. So it's like I could do that, or I can jump on the show and not spiral out. Let's jump on the show. Let's try something new.
Well, you know, that mentality is, you know, it's keeping it's keeping the
Saving
negative.
lives.
Well, no. That
Facts.
that anger, and because you know, as I've said on this show, I have a very violent past. I have a very violent history, because that's how I dealt with things, was through violence. I'm not proud of it. I'm not bragging about it. I'm not. This is not a pissing conversation. This isn't measuring dicks or anything like that. I have a very violent history, a very violent past. I wear the scars, both physically and emotionally, from the things that I did and the things that happened. You know, but that is taking the negative. I'm trying to think of how to word this. That's taking it from a mental standpoint to making it a physical standpoint. So you're replacing the negative mindset with a negative physicality, which at the end of the day doesn't do anything for your situation. It's kind of like, you know, like Connor said, you know, he likes, and don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm the same way. Trust me, you know, go to the gym. It's still a physical thing. You go and you get a heavy bag, you get a speed bag.
It's a
spar with
safer outlet than
it's
getting into a physical altercation with somebody else.
Exactly.
It's a Band-Aid. It's not actually. It's a Band-Aid to make you feel a little bit better for that time being, but unless you're able to find a way to spin the negative into positive, then it's just going to continue that vicious cycle. You're going to stay in that vicious cycle. So you have to find that outlet. And Jeff, I really do believe, and I think I can say this, and I think I can speak for everybody in this panel, and I think I can speak for everybody watching this. As men, we do need that alone. We do need that time when we are just alone. Whether you're lost in your head for a couple hours, it gives you that time where you don't have to worry about the kids. You don't have to worry about your significant other. You're just by yourself, and you're able to kind of work through everything and let your head run crazy for a little while. As crazy as this sounds, there were several times where I would, again, the water was my happy place. When I lived down in Charleston, I would go to the beach. And it would be 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, or I'd go down to the Battery, and the Battery was in downtown Charleston, and it was right up against the water. And it'd be late at night, and I would go down there, and I would start to get lost in my thoughts or whatever. The water would start to calm me and relax me, and then I would just let out I don't know, man. I don't know what you want to call it, a scream, a roar, a yell. Just from prehistoric days, just everything.
Sasquatchian days.
Just fucking unleash.
Sasquatchian yell.
just unleash it. And, every once in a while, there might be people that are walking around Battery or walking around the beach that late at night that I scare the absolute shit out of, because it's not every day that you see a Sasquatch just yelling into the moon or whatever.
There's a squatch in these woods.
Squatch on vacation. But it allowed me to clear my mind. It allowed me to clear my head. It gave me that, it's as crazy as it sounds, because the alone time was killing me, because I was alone in my house in Charleston, and it was killing me. But to get out of my house, to get out of that world and go somewhere else, but still be alone, was actually therapeutic in a way. But at the end of the day, because when I'm sitting at the house, I'm thinking of everything with the failed marriage, and the kids didn't want to be around me, and everything else. And once I got out of the house, then I was able to start to process shit, and slowly that hamster wheel of negativity would start to slow down. And I was able to process and think about things. But Jeff, you don't get a moment ever alone. You need time alone, man. You got to take, like I said, and I'm not saying that she is like, if Tanya doesn't understand that, then shame on her. If somebody significant doesn't understand,
it's not even about that. It's like, I hate being alone. Like when I'm alone, it gets worse because my mind is the worst place I can be at a time like this.
But if you find something that you enjoy, something that you like, something that puts you at ease, something that calms you, it's not the same. Like I said, that's why I said when I was at my house, I couldn't be alone there. I hated it. But if I went to the beach or I went to the Battery or whatever, it was a different environment. It was a different world.
So
yeah, I still had those same thoughts and everything, but I was also able to have a conversation with myself and not let the negative thoughts just overwhelm me, or just like I said, or just fucking listening to music or something, or hell, I can't tell you how many times I went to the beach in the middle of the night and just fucking sat on the beach and watched a movie on my phone. I mean, I got a 75-inch flat screen TV at home that I could watch a movie on, but I'm sitting here watching it on my little on this,
right?
But I'm kicked back in a chair. I hear the ocean. It's a nice night. You hear the critters. It's all about finding your peace. And you can't just go, well, you know, you're defeating the whole purpose when it's like you got to find your peace, you got to find your happiness, you got to find your happy place when you just want to go ahead and take a shit on everything that's out there. I mean, like, you know, you made those signs, and I know you're super proud of those signs, and they look good outside of your racist one, but
it's not race. Oh, well, that one. that one's hidden. That one's hidden.
Yeah. But, you know, something like that. I mean, again, you know, when it's afforded, find a shop or something and rent you a shop and just be like, all right, I'm done with work. I'm gonna go to the shop and I'm gonna do woodworking.
That's the plan.
Or if you, because I know you made those at home with what you have right now. Look, kids are in bed, wife's in bed. I'm gonna go to the backyard. I'm gonna do something.
Right. Well, that's the plan. It's like
use power
I want to
tools.
turn the side yard. I want to use the side yard. I want to turn it into a shop, but
Yeah,
all that stuff costs money.
You get to a point where you don't have to use power tools, so you're not pissing the entire. Not that it matters, because I've heard mariachi music at your house at 8 o'clock in the morning. So
I was gonna say, and the one thing
not at
that's
Jeff's house, but his neighbors, and that's no joke. We went on the phone one time, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Jeff?" He's like,
"It's somebody's fucking birthday."
My neighbors, and it's their
people
birthday.
wake people up with their birthday with a mariachi band, and I'm like, dude, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You got 3 more minutes, then I'm gonna come down there and start swinging. But they don't care.
Somebody kill that.
I'm not allowed to own a gun in Mexico because I'm a foreigner.
Oh, that's dumb.
Unlike in the States where they hand them out when you cross the border.
Yeehaw! God bless America.
I'm not. I feel bad
Praise
because
the Lord, pass the ammunition.
I feel like everybody's picking on Jeff right now.
No, but it comes down to that's why I came
it's
up
better
tonight,
than the alternative.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Jeff,
the thing is, far be it.
Really not picking on Jeff. I'm
No, not picking on you in a bad way, but I mean, I feel like the focus is on you tonight, Jeff, and
I am the guest.
Far be it from me to preach to you about mental health or how to take care of yourself when it comes to that, because it's just a pot calling the kettle black.
Right.
I've over the last year, I've lost essentially every fucking coping mechanism that I used to have that was positive in my life. And appreciation is my biggest tool.
If I can afford it.
But appreciating what I have, and I know it's dumb and it's cliche, but like Glick said, I mean, don't let anybody blow smoke up your ass. There's no such thing as getting rid of the negative thoughts. You can try all you fucking want to turn negatives into positives, but sometimes shit is shit. You can put bread on it and put mustard on the sandwich, but it's still a fucking sandwich. But you can find some calm in whatever's going on. I don't know you the way Chris knows you, but fucking, I mean, I'm sure it seems like you got a pretty fucking busy life. And
yeah,
between essentially being a stay-at-home dad and your work is primarily at home, and you don't get
and
time
I technically have 4 jobs.
Yep, and
plus
you
shows.
You don't get time away from the kids. You don't get a whole bunch of time away from the wife. You don't get time to yourself. There's an importance to it, and it's not the importance of just having you time. It's the importance of finding the calm in the storm, finding the eye in the storm. Like it's not that the positivity is coming tomorrow. It's that there's a whole bunch of shit in between us and the positivity, and we'll get there eventually, but just sit in the calm for a second and breathe. And whatever you have to do to find that calm is what you need to fucking do. And there is no one size fits all, like right. Everyone says over and over. It's trial and error for everybody. Fuck, I'm on my 4th fucking therapist. So
now, see, that's where I find you guys impressive. The fact that you could actually go to a therapist and open up, you wouldn't get me through the door.
It took a while though.
Yeah, I was essentially told that I could go on my own 2 feet, or they were going to drag me kicking and screaming. That was why I wasn't.
I did have 2 sessions of mandatory, but after the first one, the therapist is like, yeah, he scares me.
So the first time I ever went,
He
to
asked me to tell
therapy-
me how I felt, and I went deep. And she
I
literally
wanna kill
told the
everybody.
court, "We're good. He's good. Just don't let him back in my office."
the very first time I went to therapy, I literally told the therapist, I'm like, I think your profession's a joke. I don't know why I'm
agree.
here. And I probably ain't gonna show up. And my therapist literally, after I said that, said, okay, you don't have to be here. No one's forcing you to be here. And when I left that, she's like, I'll see you next time. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be here next week, fucker. And I just walked out the door. Like, I literally did not give a shit. But at the same time, it's like, I've always believed that it's something happens for a reason. You may not
Right.
know it at the time, but I mean, I was just starting to date my now wife, and at that time, I didn't open up. Like, I told Alyssa, I'm like, she's always like, God, I wish I would have known you in high school. I'm like, you wouldn't have fucking been able to stomach me in high school. Like, I didn't even like who I was in high school, and yet I was the quiet kid. Like, I had my head down. People would say hi to me. It's like, hey, how are you doing? Fucking fuck off, you know? And at the end of the day, granted, therapy doesn't work for everyone, but I mean, at the time, you can pick out what does work and put it into your own way of dealing with shit.
Right.
And hearing me say some of this thing, it's like, yeah, practice what you preach, asshole. But you know,
Yeah,
No,
it's-
but I get it. It's
That's
like
how it is.
you were saying,
Yeah.
you were the quiet person in high school. Ask Glick. I was not the quiet person. I was the one getting yelled at for talking in class. And when I
Glick's-
joined the Navy, I did so many push-ups. Jesus Christ, I could have looked like John Cena if I'd actually kept at it.
Hey,
Sucks so
Glicky
much
D.
dick.
But
I'm listening.
Okay.
but you get me alone, and oof, you know, I think the reason, like the way I was in high school and the way I am in a crowd or in a group, it's the 100% opposite. If you walked in my house,
It's scary when you're alone. When
no,
you're
not even alone. Like even here with the wife and kids, there'll be days they'll be like, "Are you alive?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
listening. Go ahead, tell
Yeah.
me your story. I'm listening." But like it's not like I walk in the room like, "Guys, you'll never guess what just happened on the walk to the fucking store." I do that on the show, but here in the house, Jesus, they gotta damn near beat me and make sure I talk, because
Clear.
I just I have this weird thing where especially like on a day like today, I just shut down. I just
Yeah.
fuck it. I say I give up a lot. I give up. What's the fucking point? They're my go-tos. You know, what's the fucking point? I don't fucking care. You know.
Oh, it's
And-
so easy to.
Yeah, and my wife will yell at me, like, you know, she went out with her friends today because I was in a mood. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going out with my friends." Well, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, see you when you get back.
Well, yeah,
Um,
that's not healthy for you because you're in a mood rather than being there to be. And it is what it is.
Well, no. I told her. I said, "You don't want to be around tonight. I'm telling you now. If you got a chance to go out with your friends, go, because I'm just going to be moody and pissy all night."
Like he
And
normally is.
well, no, but because normally, you know, if I'm not in a mood, we'll sit down, we'll watch TV, you know, we'll comment about the show we're watching, or be like, "Oh, that's interesting." But like Chris, you talked about it a while back, that Naked Attraction. We started watching that, and because we originally started watching it, and I was like, "Wait, they blurred everything? Fuck this, I don't want to watch that." And then they
I wanted to see.
Oh,
some
they did here for like 3 days, and I was like, "Well, what's the fucking point? And I can't see no Poo-Tang. Fuck it, I'm out."
Fuck
and
you,
then-
Mexico.
I put it on again, and I was like, "Ha! They took off the blur. Now we're in. Look at her boobs, you know." And you know, it's one of those things. It was like it became, you know, obviously the kids. We don't gather around the kids. Hey, kids, we're gonna watch this cool show, you know. But you know, like Kevin wanted to watch Fallout the other day, and I was like, I don't know. I I said, if you can get through the first episode.
Yeah.
And I got up. I forgot what was going to happen. And I got up to go to the bathroom, and he goes, and I hear from the bathroom, "Holy shit!" I'm like, "Yeah, see, why isn't he dead?" Well, he's special, I guess. But I like not if I'm in a mood, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's probably best, because the problem is I'll get in a mood, and then for no reason I'll start an argument.
Oh, I mean, definitely, you know, and that's the thing. It's like, if you're quiet, then, you know, they want to sometimes be like, what's going on? What's going on? You're just like sitting there like, leave me alone. Leave me. I don't want to talk about it. It's fine.
Then you
It's
start
fine.
talking about it.
And then all of a sudden you do start talking about it, like Connor is saying, and then all of a sudden it's like, gosh, it's such,
The fuck's your
you
fucking
only
problem?
think about yourself, or it sounds like a you problem or something. Like my wife one time, she's like, you never say anything, ask me how my day is. And it's like, it's like, someone hit the asshole button today. Okay, let's ask you how about your fucking day. It's not like you get up in the morning and all of a sudden it's like, oh God, you know, hey, look, a fucking thing outside that I can swing from, you know. It's yeah.
No, I love hearing about my wife's day or my kids' day when they're come back from school and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
I love that shit. But they're like, "How was your day?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was fine."
And then they get mad because you don't open up.
Yeah. And it's
And
like,
yet, yeah.
you guys really don't want to hear this, because I'm literally going to just go over what I said in a meeting, which is repeated 14, 15 times, 16. Today I had 22 meetings. I said the same thing in every fucking meeting. Because it's a pitch. You know, you change it up a little bit, but not by much, you know, per industry. And I was like, does it matter?
Yeah.
Did I close anything? No. Did I get the docs that I needed for that? No. What do you want me to fucking do? You know? And like, it's hard to explain. It's like, that's like we were talking about before the show. I want to buy a 3D printer so bad, for the simple fact, like what we were talking about with Trent the other day, that I think that would be a good thing for me to, like, I watched this guy on YouTube. He builds dioramas, but he's so detailed. Like, he 3D prints his own parts that don't exist and stuff like that. But he makes it look like it's, you know, 40 years old. It's been sitting in a field for 30 days, you know, or 30 years. And like, I would love to do something like that. But my fear is if I start doing it, I'm like, yeah, I just wasted $5,000 on a bunch of equipment and now I don't like it. So where, you know, and it's like, I love working on my cars, but you want to talk about an expensive hobby. Jesus Christ. You know,
that's like going on the websites and finding those models, like die-cast models of like the Batmobile and all that shit. It's like, yeah, you can have this in a year's time where you have to build it from.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah. I don't like those. But like even the plastic models that you build, I can't get them here. I love building those fucking things. I can't get them. I have to order them off Amazon. It takes a week to get here. And when they do get here, then I got to figure out. Well, no, they come fine, but then I got to buy all the paint. I got to buy. You can't buy it here anywhere.
Really?
It's all you have to buy the specialty stuff, and yeah, I could go buy automotive paint that costs 10 times as much, and then I got a half a gallon or a quarter gallon laying around for 6 months that I needed one blue color, you know, for this one car. You spray the car 3 times to get it covered, and then, well, what are we going to do with the rest of this quarter gallon? Oh, put it in the shelf. We'll use it eventually, and then it sits there and goes bad. So it's one of those things where it's not like back in the day, and you're probably too young for it, but you would walk into Walmart and they'd have a fucking row of all the models and all the shit.
Well, remember, I don't know if you ever did Boy Scouts or anything, but remember the soapbox derby cars?
Yeah, the Pinewood derby cars.
Pinewood, thank you.
Yeah.
And oh my God, like if you didn't have the decal you wanted or paint you wanted, literally you could go to Walmart and
Yeah, and
buy
get
that
it.
paint. Yep.
Yeah,
And
I
get the
can't get
decal for it.
I can't get them. I can't get them.
Oh,
I
exactly.
like there are Cancun is relatively a small town. There are still places that I find I'm like, didn't know that existed. Like there's a really big motorcycle customization shop here. I have no idea where it is. I've seen it online.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and I looked it up online. I know where the area is, but couldn't find the entrance to save my life. Out.
Well, yeah, and
Wait.
I mean,
no, I wanted to watch this. Wait.
even at that time, it gets to that point where, like, I told my wife, I was like, that's one thing I can't wait for is when I'm older or when we have kids and they're older, when we start being able to do the box cars and all that shit and fucking
Yeah.
the boats and all that shit. Cause I mean, my dad helped us with that, and I always had to have my dad paint like the most detailed like decals on there. And it's like, he's like, Steven, I have to go to work in the morning. I'm like, but Dad, I have to have the coolest looking car because I knew I was gonna fucking lose. So it's like, why not lose with the coolest car?
Well, like when back in the day, the thing is, like Glick was talking about the woodworking, that all fine and dandy, but once again, like even just the saw blades for my scroll saw, there's one place in town that sells them. One.
Yeah.
And it's not Home Depot. It's a store, and they have the weirdest fucking hours. And I still don't know how to say the name in Spanish. It's
Juarez shop.
no, of the part that I need.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the frustrating thing is, I could, if they'd let me in the back, I could walk right in front. There it is. That's what I need. But I gotta show up pictures, and they're like, and they show up, they give you something that's this big. You need something that's 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and shit like that just frustrates the shit out of me. There are a bunch of specialty stores for woodworking craftsmen. Like I could go to certain wood stores and get zebra wood. All these different exotic woods, but they don't let me in the back. So where my wife makes fun of me, she's like, you spend 3 times as much when you go to Home Depot than if you go. Yeah, but the guy won't let me in the back, so I can't look. I don't know what I want, And she's like, he'll bring you samples. I said, yeah, which means I have to take your ass with me. And you get frustrated because I'm like, I don't know, what's it called? That one, And so it's a weird thing. Like all my hobbies that I love, I can't do here because of one limitation or another. Like, especially when it comes to model building, you can't get the stuff here. You have to order it online. And
States.
Yeah, get right on that. Let's leave the wife and kids behind. That's not a bad idea.
Freedom.
Yeah,
right?
If I can get healthy by next year, you should come on a camping trip out in the Appalachians.
Yeah. But it comes down to the worst part about it is, like, especially right now, like 4 months ago or a year ago when I was making $200,000 a year. Yeah, I just order it all. If it's not the right one, I'll buy another one. Now it's to the point where it's like, yeah, I can't afford it.
I think the biggest thing, and I'm going to speak for you personally, Jeff. I used to be the same way. I was the exact same way. You can give us every excuse and every reason under the sun, but at the end of the day, recently is until you're willing to essentially just accept.
Yeah.
Again, it is what it is. You've got to learn to accept it so that you can then find those simple pleasures in life, those simple things that do make you happy. Until you do that, you're gonna find yourself in this wormhole, rabbit hole, whatever you want to call it, of a spiral. And I say that not to be a dick to you or anything else, because
No, I get it.
I was there. I was the same. Jim doesn't. I don't like. Yeah, I like going to the gym, but whatever. I gotta go. I gotta go to work, and then I gotta come home, and I gotta change, and I gotta go to the gym, and then I like going to the beach. Oh, I gotta go home, and I gotta do. But it's just such.
I'd rather shoot myself than go to the beach. I hate the beach.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, for me, you instead of accepting, like, look, I'm dealing with this shit and it fucking sucks, and I know that I just got to change, but instead of actually realizing it, I don't want to say accepting, but actually realizing it and actually wanting it, actually what it boils down to is wanting to make the change. You can wallow in your own self-pity and your own misery, for forever if you want. That's up to each one of us individually. We can all do that, or we can go, this fucking sucks, but I'm not going to let it continue to wear me down and beat me down. And until you're willing to make that let's call it what it is, that gigantic leap forward, because it's not baby step. It's not a baby step. After you make the leap, it's baby steps in my experience. But until then, you're going to go and go, yeah, I love doing woodworking. It's something I enjoy. But I got to order the beans, and I got to do this, and I got to do that. And this
everything right now just boils down to price.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have, like I said, I got 5, maybe 6 weeks of money left.
And that's you. It doesn't always have to be. It could be something as simple as, like I said, and I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. I'm going to say this to everybody. We need alone time as human beings. We need time to be alone. And if being alone means you're stuck in your own dark thoughts for a few, so be it. But we all need time alone. We all have to. I'm not saying like single or anything like that. We just need our alone time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like even Nikki. I mean, I'm sure she enjoys being able to not have anybody in the house and watch her shows or read her books when nobody's home. On Sundays when, if Nikki's got to work, yeah, I mean, of course I miss her and I miss our Sunday routine of, being lazy and watching movies together. But at the same time, if she's not home on a Sunday, I enjoy that alone. That there's no kids here. If Nikki's at work, then I was like, all right, I get the day to myself. I'm not going to do shit except fucking sit around and watch television or play video games. Maybe I'll work on podcast stuff or whatever, but it's that time alone. And we all need it. We all need it. We all need to be able to recharge our batteries. And that's what I said. And I'll say this forever. I think it's extremely beneficial if you are able to take a day where you can unplug, get away from your laptop, get away from social media, all social media, TikTok, whatever. If you have a game on your phone that you like to play, fucking play the hell out of it. Play it until your fucking thumbs fall off. But get away from social media. Get away. I'm sure sometimes a lot of people think I'm an asshole on Sundays because I just blatantly ignore people. But I've said it a million times. People, it's no secret. Sundays are my unplugged day. I don't want to talk to anybody on Sundays.
Right.
Jarvis, obviously an exception. You didn't do anything wrong yesterday. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no, I already know I'm low on the totem pole. Don't worry.
No. You didn't do anything wrong yesterday. That's a totally different story. And, but I was playing Call of Duty and I was playing with Mark and Brian. And again, it's an exception, but I'm doing something that I enjoy. I'm playing video games, whatever the case may be. But until you're willing to want to make a change or whatever, and like I said, I'm not saying this to be an asshole. I'm just saying this because
I get it.
This was the realization I had to come to. Things aren't going to get better. It's not going to get easier. And that goes out to everybody. You can sit and wallow in your own self-pity and feel bad for yourself all day long. We've all been there. I've told you guys a million times. Hey, I'll give you the suitcase. Go fucking visit. Don't fucking live there, though. Go visit. It's all right to go visit. I'll help you pack. You want to go away and wallow in your self-pity and boo-hoo and feel bad for yourself? All right, you got the weekend. But you're not living there. You're not moving in. You're not staying there permanently.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing at the end of the day is it's okay to have those it's okay to have those days where you're down. It is. It's 100% okay. But at the same time, there's times where you got to kind of grab yourself by the fucking shirt and say, hey, it's time. It's time to get this shit off your chest.
Grab yourself by the bootstraps.
Thank you. I was wondering for the analogy there.
Put on your big boy panties, Jeffrey. You know the ones I'm talking about. Yeah, you know the ones the one that Daddy likes. Yeah.
My pain management guy actually told me something similar, Chris. A big thing that we talk about, obviously, as men, is being tough, and especially when you're in the military, is one of your big things. It's like, quit being a bitch, right? Quit being a bitch and push through it. And it's not about like, it's just like Chris said, like, it's okay to be there and to be fucking going through it. Like, that shit sucks. Mm-hmm. Like losing function in a leg sucks. Losing, being in pain 24/7 sucks. But if all you do is fucking think about that, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You can sit there and you could be mad that you're in a shitty financial situation. You could be mad that you're in pain 24/7. You could be mad that you're not doing what you want to do in life, blah, 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 whatever you want to fucking put in that box and check it. You can be mad about all that and have all the self-pity you want, but are you going to sit there and be a bitch, or are you going to fucking man up and are you going to do something about it? And I know that right now there's probably not a whole lot you can really do about it.
That's the problem. There isn't nothing I can do.
But you gotta fucking eat it, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta eat the fucking tough times. It's like I said earlier, there's no getting around it. Nobody can blow smoke up your ass and just turn off the fucking negativity. Nobody can make the storm stop. You're just gonna go through it. But find some way to not be in that mood 24/7. To not be don't let it consume you, because it's not just gonna affect you. It's going to affect your family. Your kids are going to see it. Fuck, my kids can see it when I'm having a bad day. It's cool to have bad days. Just don't make it a 24/7 thing, man. That shit will eat you alive, and then your family will start to see it, and your friends will start to see it, and it'll hurt the people around you more than it hurts you.
I feel like Bane said it best. Batman learned to use that anger, but Bane was molded by that shit. I mean, he literally took Batman and broke his back on his knee and just said, "You're done."
Yeah, but you gotta that outlet might be your Jeff's garage, man.
Or beating your dick.
That's kind of the hope. Well, I beat my dick enough. It doesn't help.
Fucking, it's that moment, Steven. It's that moment when Bane and Batman are fighting in that end fight scene. And Bane looks at him and he goes, "How did you get out?
Yeah.
How did you survive? I broke you. I ruined you. I ended what was Bruce Wayne, what was Batman, what was this. How did you get out?" He fucking sat there and he was broken for a minute, and then he got his ass up and he fucking tried like 17 times to get his ass out. That's just how
broke his back a couple of times on that stone pillars, but hey, still walked away from that.
I mean, it's dumb and it's all cliche, but there's a reason they become cliches, is because they're truths. There's always a little bit of truth.
Use your skills, Batman. God, I sound like the Wish version of Bane when I do that. Sorry, Tom Hardy.
No, you don't. You don't sound like the Wish version. You sound like
a shit version.
No, man.
And Batman.
And another thing, as men, because I don't want Jeff, I don't want you to feel like I'm picking on you.
No.
I'm not trying to therapy you.
Oh, poor Jeff.
Jarvis.
Shut up, Jarvis. Nobody asked you.
You
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
Sometimes, Jarvis, you're all right.
You know, I am kind of speaking to you, Jeff, but I'm also kind of speaking to all the men out there that might be listening to this. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to put your foot down. That means laying down the law in your house. Look, if I'm working, you guys got to stop. You know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got to chill the fuck out. You know, if you're doing your show, hey, you know, Cash comes in here, Nikki comes in here, but just to be a blatant asshole distraction, it sounds like a dick thing to say, but they don't know better. It's a matter of respect. But that's because look, they know I'm doing the show. They know that, you know, yes, I can mute my mic. Yes, I can turn around and I can answer questions. Nikki and I have talked things, and that's perfectly fine. But to like run through yelling and screaming and, you know, run through and act a certain type of way, it's all right to put your foot down. It's all right to set boundaries. You know, we're allowed to set boundaries for ourselves and to put our foot down as well. It doesn't make us an asshole. It doesn't make us a terrible person or a bad dad or a bad husband or a bad boyfriend or anything like that. It's just like, look, this is my thing. You know, you got to give me my time. And if you can't respect that, then you're going to make me the asshole that you want to pretend that I am, because then I'm going to have to, you know, yell at you guys or scream at you guys or make you go sit in your fucking room or something. And hello, princess.
Hello, princess.
Speaking of disrupting the show, little one.
But she's a happy. She's a. Words are hard, everyone. She's a happy distraction.
She's waving at us.
Hi.
Hi.
She's
a happy baby.
For the most part. Hello, that's right. Good job.
Hello.
Yeah. Cherish these moments because in about 5-6 years she's gonna get an attitude.
Don't worry, I've got 2 other dickheads that run around my house.
So is she gonna take after the wife, or is she gonna take after you, Connor?
God willing, she takes after my wife.
I was about to say. Oh, hi. This is the part of the show where we forget what we're all talking about and say hi to Connor's daughter.
And that's just something in life in general that you know, I think, you know, because we're told that if we set boundaries or if we put our foot down, we're bad.
We're bad.
We're the asshole. Yeah.
We're toxic masculinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. You know, and that's something that I've had to learn. And that's something that again, in the last year and a half or something, that's something that I've learned. You know, there's nothing wrong with me having you know, putting my foot down or you know, whatever the case may be. I lost my train of thought. Now I'm not John Cena. You guys can still see me, but
where'd he go? Where'd he go? Glick, you were just here. Come on, man. Where are you?
Hey, I gotta go give this little girl a shower because she's covered in mac and cheese.
All right.
Sorry.
You have a good one,
I know that there's not going to be much longer on the show, and I'd love to sign off, but she's nasty.
You go ahead, Connor.
Hey.
Bye.
See you later,
Jeff,
buddy.
Thanks for coming on tonight. I'm sorry that we've all picked on you.
But no. Like I said, it's kind of like what I needed.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, have a great night. Ladies, if you're listening, have a good night. We will see you all on Wednesday.
Much love, brother.
Bye, Connor.
Boundaries. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. In the last year and a half, I've learned that it's all right for me to put my foot down and it's all right for me to set boundaries.
I mean,
you know what?
There's...
And it's been extremely beneficial to my mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times where I'd like to tell certain parts of someone's family to go fuck themselves, but you know, I gotta be the nice guy because then they use that against me.
You can't do that. Yeah, that's a good way to get yourself in trouble.
At the end of the day, and I'm going to say this from personal experience, as long as they have your back, it's not a problem because that they don't matter. You didn't marry them, you married her, and as long as she has your back and she's going to support you in your decisions, then Sometimes you have to. I had to make that call one time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, it was after we split up, but still, I had to put my foot down. And it was one of those things. I don't have to be a nice guy, be grateful that I am, but no, I'm done, and like I said, for me personally, and personal experience, that was one of the greatest things that I ever learned, as far as my mental health goes, was that it is okay to set boundaries. It is okay to put my foot down, and it is okay to stand up for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I learned was a lot of people walked all over me. A lot of people just got away with a lot of things that they should have never gotten away with. And ever since then, I still have my bad days. I still have,
well, because we're human.
But it's gotten better. It's gotten a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but I was also able to stop. Yeah, we're all going to have those moments where we're going to feel bad for ourselves and everything like that. But I also learned that, hey, I got to move past this shit.
Mm-hmm.
What was it Scott Hall said?
Hard time or dreams come true.
Yeah.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. That is Hall of Fame in 2014.
Yes. Bad guys do. Shut up.
Sorry, Scott Hall. I kind of butchered that a couple of times. Words are hard, folks.
But yeah, I mean,
T-shirts coming soon.
Yeah. Right. Once you learn to accept it, and then not only that, but accept to move forward, all those buts or well this or I mean I could, but I wish, all that shit's gonna start to go out the way.
Mm-hmm.
I did that shit for years with wanting to start a podcast. Well, I can start a podcast, but I have to buy a laptop. I have to buy a microphone. I have to do this. I have to do that.
I mean,
I'm just gonna say, I feel sorry for myself and continue to be a shitbag. Me, I'm talking
drunken
about
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I'm talking about me. But no, I was like, you know what? The opportunity is here. Let's fucking go.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing, doing this show has been the biggest blessing in disguise. Like, Alyssa's even like, she's like, you're really, really excited to do that Monday night show, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, because I said, I can take all the things that have happened and I can just fucking say, hey guys, this is what happened. I'm letting it all off my chest. Like, there's so much more shit I want to get off my chest. And one show, bam, I'm lighting that powder keg and we're going fucking. Bam! We're on the highway to hell, yeah.
Glick, I'm gonna need you to take Tuesday off because I'm feeling a little frisky.
Yep.
No, I mean,
up, big boy.
Sorry. I used to be of the mindset, when one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah.
Hey, if a door closes,
silly me jumping out the window.
if that door closes, I'm kicking that sumbitch in. Jarvis knows how I kick a door in and surprise people.
Knock, knock, open up the door. It's real.
I'll kick that sumbitch off the hinges. This door ain't closing until I'm done in this room, motherfuckers. I decide when the door closes.
Last year, we arrived at the door. This year, we knocked on the door.
Back.
Next year, we're gonna kick that sumbitch in. Bum Phillips.
Yeah.
Love you, Blue. The old Oilers of the 80s, man. Love you, Blue.
Yep. No, I mean, we kind of got off subject tonight, but I felt it was needed. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to how you deal with things and how you cope with
how
things.
You cope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a right way, and there's. Let me rephrase that. I was going to say there's a right way and a wrong way, but you got to find what works for you. You got to find what works, and get you through another day. at the end of the day.
Well, that's like me right now. I gotta do the fucking count my finger fucking shit.
Yeah. You know, the worst thing you can do is let them negative thoughts take control and consume you. And I feel that's kind of where you're at right now, Jeff. And I've been there before, and I can see it kind of on your face.
We've all been there, bro.
Who would have thought I was a smart guy?
We all have our moments.
I'm a therapist, and I didn't even know it.
Now pay me my $50.
Pay your copay at the door, bitch.
Yeah.
There's a towel. Clean yourself off, Jeff. You dirty whore. No, I mean, no, like I said, ultimately, at the end of the day, man, it boils down to, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the jury, gentlemen of the jury, because this is a men's show.
Not guilty.
It comes down to the fact that we have to learn how to kick the negative. We are entering a different era of manhood. We are understanding that it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to feel some sort of way, but we're also setting boundaries. We're also putting our foot down. And for our mental well-being and for our mental health, there's things that we're going to need to do. And, you know, if somebody's got a problem with it, well, then they're a part of that world that needs to be excommunicado, if you will.
Sometimes you gotta just be John Wick and take that motherfucker out.
Yeah, you just have to kill off 9 million people in one movie. I mean, at the end of the day, you really do. I mean, you gotta get rid of the toxicity, man. You gotta let the negative go, man. Believe it or not, it does go away. And I'm just speaking for me personally. You know, I beat that demon, man. Yeah, sometimes he shows his ugly, stupid face every once in a while, and the negativity gets the best of me. But you know, it doesn't last very long. And I think that's where a lot of us need to be, and a lot of us need to get to, and not say that the negative's always going to be there. There's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely something you can do.
Oh, definitely.
100% something you can do about it. You don't have to let it linger. You don't have to let it stay. You don't get to live here rent-free no more, gentlemen. Why? Because we're men. We're manly men. And we're men in tights.
Tights.
Yes. Tights.
Tights. We're manly men.
Yeah. It's just like we don't let ignorant people or toxic people live in our head rent-free. Why are we gonna let the negativity live in our head rent-free?
Yeah. I mean, and at the end of the day, you know, like you say, you know, there's those people out there that are going to be like, oh, well, negativity is always there. Joke's on you. I turn it into my powerful fuel.
Power fuel.
Jarvishi fuel. T-shirts coming soon. It's like you hold up a bottle of fucking water, be like, Jarvis Aid. Drinks coming soon.
Jarvis-aid. No, I can absolutely let the negativity stay here, man. I can come on every fucking show. I can come on this show. I can come on Jeff's Garage. I could do nonsensical nonsense. I could do
talking shit.
Glick's House of Music. The Unhinged, crazy, nonsensical nonsense.
Saturday night.
Podcast. I can come on there and just be negative as fuck all the way across the board.
Mm-hmm.
I could be motherfucking everybody and I've been there. Like I could be motherfucking everybody in the chat, picking fights, looking for fights, you know, just being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, that doesn't do anything other than make me look like an asshole and make me feel like an asshole. Why am I gonna let that negativity just fester and feed? Don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, Jeffrey.
I get it.
Don't make no sense, man. The pennies and dimes aren't adding up, brother.
Ah, I saw that coming a mile away.
Be a Jeff, not a Godzilla.
Jeff, I'm gonna need you to be more like Hello Kitty.
Right?
I feel like he's like the one guy from Super Troopers 2 after he takes the steroids, where he's in the pet store just going like, "Wow, soft puppy, soft, yes, yeah." The dog's just like, "Put me down."
I'm more like Lenny of Mice and Men.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna
puppy!
say,
Oh, I killed it.
That's so fucking dark. There is something wrong with us, but all right. I think it's about that time.
Yeah.
It is about that time, but before I can go into my whole bullshit, I gotta make my plan.
He's got to take
Oh.
the SATs, folks. Hold on. But yes, everyone, you know, living in that constant fear of.
He drops his fucking camera, but doesn't mute his mic.
Hold on. Going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Getting old. Reeks of asparagus, even though I didn't have asparagus. Love that movie. Oh god. Fucking god. Sorry. But no, there's always of coping. Well, use the good ways, not the bad ways. Don't be like Connor. Don't cry, wank, cry, and then redo the cycle every now and then because, you know, it feels good for about 5 seconds.
Then you're crying because you were doing that.
It's a hard.
And then you look at what you were just watching and was like, "What the fuck is wrong with me?"
God, what's wrong with me and these Asian women on the screen?
Whoa, Jarvis. Feel like you're projecting a little bit there, buddy.
Oh, you haven't even seen projecting. Well, maybe you have. Have you seen me lately on Saturday night shows? God.
You're on Saturday night shows?
Yeah, evidently.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, he's the speed bag in the corner that everybody punches on.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, we all have our roles to play, buddy.
Yeah. Jeff's like, "Don't worry, bro. We'll bring some rookie in one day." Of me in my mind, just like, "Please be soon." I don't know how much more that rope is gonna take, boys.
We give you a rope for Christmas.
Be like
your replacement. Your replacement's in.
I don't know how much longer I can be David Carradine before the thing decides to go south, boys.
Yeah, you and me both.
All right, let's end this shit before we do go. Before this gets darker than it needs to.
I was gonna say, you haven't even seen Dark yet.
Before we start hearing the banjos in the corner and I start looking over my shoulder like, "Death, are you here?"
Okay, well, Jeffrey, since you're a guest here tonight, your deuces are not going to work.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You just stole it, you fucking prick.
Yeah, you can steal a quote if you'd like. You can give us a quote for Men's Mental Health, whatever. But and you can still say deuces. You can still say deuces, but that's just not going to work. But hold on. We got
okay.
Every other show.
I got one. I got one. I'm stealing.
Okay, go ahead. It's just like every show. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't help. Maybe you guys are going to look.
Maybe we pushed you over the edge.
Maybe you guys are going to have us all Baker acted for at some point in time. But we do appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you guys hanging out, being a part of the show. If you're not already, go ahead and check out nonsensicalnonsense/bio.link. That's going to give you the links to all of the social media where you can find our shows live on YouTube and Facebook, and where you can, just go to any podcasting platform and you can listen anytime, any place. I'm not going to list all of them because it's literally fucking everywhere. Spotify, Zencaster, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Frank and Bob's podcasting app. You know, we're literally everywhere.
We don't have 3 days to go through the list.
Speaking of the shows, don't forget, we do have an entire lineup of shows. Mondays, Men Caring for Men. We kick the week off. It's a men's mental health show, as you just seen tonight. Tuesdays, Jeff's Garage every other Tuesday. Brand new.
Actually, we're gonna do every other Tuesday to start.
Well, you can do it as much as you want.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see. As of right now, every other Tuesday, Jeff's Garage debuting tomorrow night. on the network. Wednesday nights is Nonsensical Nonsense. A little tamed down version. Nonetheless, still having fun. Thursday nights is Talking Shit. They're off this week, however. They'll be back next week. Friday nights, Glick's House of Music. We do have a brand new guest coming up this week, Hunter Lott. Make sure you guys tune in for that. It's going to be a fun interview. I think it's going to be a good time hanging out with this young man and chit-chatting and playing some of his music. Saturday nights is the Unhinged, Unapologetic, Open Door Challenge on Nonsensical Nonsense. We just start the show, and whatever happens, happens. So tune in for that. Sundays is the Jaravishi, or the Jarvis podcast, sorry. The Jarvis podcast. He'll be doing his thing, movie reviews, talking about old-ass movies, and, some movies that you might have forgotten about. Maybe a movie you've never seen before and you want to check out because this guy talked about it. So you got a whole week's worth of shows for you guys, Monday through Sunday, all at the network, or all on Nonsensical Network. And you can find all those by simply going to bio.link/nonsensical nonsense. Give us a follow. Give us a listen. Make sure you throw a like down there and tell your friends about us. Don't be shy. Hit that share button. I'm going to
Nonsensical Nonsense Network. We got the shows you need.
Yes. I'm going to wrap this up like we always do. This is kind of become the closer. I don't know if it's going to stay the closer, but it might be. I'm going to see if I can. I'm probably going to start over. I'm probably going to start asking for one too many favors when it comes to Rocky. But I want him to do a cover of the Dax song. I would like for him to do a cover of this so that we don't get in any trouble. But this is kind of become our closer for the show. It is Shinedown's Save Me. I love this song, and I think it speaks volumes when it comes to mental health.
I got a candle and I've got a spoon. I live in a hallway with
I like that.
I love that fucking song.
I can feel it come. No, kidding.
Easy there, Kunu Sabe. All right, well, that's going to be about it, man. I appreciate y'all listening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back next Monday night with a brand new episode of Men Caring for Men. Make sure you tune in the rest of the week to all the other shows. Jeffrey, since technically you are the guest here tonight.
Yeah, I got one.
What you got? What you got for our closer for us, man?
Hashtag feelings.
Right on.
He's a man.
A little stole from Blaze and put my twist on it. You know.
He's a man of few words, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why we love him.
Yeah. I had another one, but I was like, ooh, that's too morbid. The other one I had was
come off that ledge.
My other one was death would be an awfully big adventure.
Joe was gonna go. This is my last resort. Cut my life in two pieces. Make this my last. If I die, no breathing.
Yeah.
Suffocation, no breathing.
No breathing. Don't give up. If I cut my arm.
Yeah. Anyways, Jarvis Jaravici.
You know, even though I said it earlier, I have to quote a wise poet. Dreams, hard work pays off. Dreams do come true. Nonsensical days don't last, but nonsensical men do.
Nice.
I was so worried I was gonna fuck that up. Dude, as saying it, it was like, don't fuck it up, don't fuck it up, you're fucking up, you're fucking up.
Don't fuck it up, Jiggy. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, well, actually, you know what? Not ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, listen to me. 5 things in life to quit. Quit trying to please everyone. Stop fearing change. Quit living in the past. Quit putting yourself down. And quit overthinking.
That is not what I was going with that.
Yes.
That's the only thinking I do is overthinking.
Guilty as charged. And with that being said, always remember. Yeah, always remember that.
Quote me. And you can quote me.
And you can quote me. No, always remember. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks that were thrown at him. And those are 2 lines. Those are 2 quotes that I end this show with every Monday night. I love them, and they speak volumes. And it is what it is. And with that being said, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for hanging out. Again, we do appreciate y'all, Chattersbox. You guys were awesome tonight, as always. We will see you next Monday night, but don't forget, right here, same nonsensical channel, somewhat same nonsensical time. We have lots of shows for you guys to watch. So there's plenty of content being created here by a bunch of awesome individuals having fun and loving what we do. So make sure you're checking us out. Make sure you're giving the guys on the other shows some love. Make sure you're shouting them out. And until next time, we will see you then.